from Kings High School. Friday night football on ICRC tonight for an Eastern Cincinnati Conference matchup featuring the Milford Eagles taking on the Kings Knights. Both teams come into this game, Mike, at 6-1 overall, 4-0 in the ECC. The winner of this game is guaranteed at least a share of the regular season title in the ECC.
Correct.
And after looking, looks like it's going to come down to whoever can impose their will the most on the other team.
Yeah, we got two teams tonight that come in absolutely on fire. Kings is second in the league in rushing 5 yards a game. Milford's defense is seventh against the right side. Milford's second in passing, 230 yards a game. And Kings' defense is last at 172 yards. So it's going to be exciting. Battle of the ground game versus the air game.
Yeah, and whoever can get the points the quickest and keep the other team from scoring, obviously. Interesting, Mike. Lots more at stake here tonight. Besides a league title, there's playoff implications all over this game.
Yeah, they're one region four. They're fourth currently, the 5 seed. I'm sorry, which is Grippa's former team, which would be exciting.
Right.
Is the first division, second region currently 8th, currently projected as an team would play LaSalle.
Yeah.
Which is another
Tom Griffin.
Oh, Griffin, right. We get a lot of Griffin implications here.
Exactly. So let's turn our attention to who's. Start with the quarterbacks, Ashton Kohler for Kings.
7 attempts, which is percent, 162 yards passing, completion, 7 touchdowns, and they're right on the ground as well.
Yeah. Hunter Johnson had a rough start to the season against Princeton. Vacated by Princeton due to some eligibility issues.
Right.
It's a win for Milford, but Hunter Johnson's been playing very good football since then.
He can put the ball up in there right quick. He's got 19 touchdowns, has 9 picks.
Yeah.
He's completed of his passes, and he has just about 1,600 yards total passing for the year. He doesn't run the ball. He's only carried the ball 13 times for 4 yards.
Yeah. Shifting our attention to the running back position. Williams, who incidentally is the half-brother of former Cape standout and Ohio State standout Carlos Snow here in the Cincinnati
okay.
area.
Sure. That's
like me to understand what Cape means.
Yeah, he 6 yards a carry, 882 yards on 147. His long is 89 yards, and he's got 12 TDs.
Yeah, like the Friday night highlight shows, like Kells in the game had a couple of weeks ago against Anderson. He was all over the highlights, but he's having a pretty good season.
Oh my guys, when he gets the ball, he's got the ability to break it at any time. He's approaching 1,000 yards on 120 carries, so he's got 18 TDs.
And let's talk about wide receivers now. Transition out from the running backs, and Milford absolutely as it can catch.
And watch out for number 2, Dylan. 1 catches, 6 TDs. He's done a game before, and we've seen him. He's got the ability of breaking it at any time. Jake got 27. And Kells, not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it out of the backfield. He's got 4 TDs himself.
Hunter Foster. So just a lot of options, as we said, to go through the air. Kings has a few options. Maybe their stats aren't quite as gaudy.
McHugh has 20 catches for 4 TDs. John has 14 catches for 1 TD. Jacob Elam has 12 catches. Kohler's got a few places where he can go with that ball, so he's got options.
Yeah, definitely. And as you mentioned earlier when we talked about the defensive, some areas that can be exploited. For Milford, that's bad news against a running team like Kings. It's the pass defense, and that's bad news against a passing team like Milford.
Yeah, Kings is definitely going to bring the and they got 8 players that have had a sack so far this season. For Kings, Jason Cheatham has 4 interceptions. Milford, Martin has 3 picks himself. So Milford isn't, as far as turning the ball over, but it's still, there's an opportunity for both teams to take advantage.
Well, one of the games of the tri-state area, we appreciate Welcome back to Kings High School Friday Night Football, ICRC-TV Sports. Glenn Olson and Michael Orienti. We just completed a workout.
Yes, we did. But, you know, we were down on the field doing a little pregame there, and, well, you could feel the energy, right? We just saw, as we were coming up, the Milford team was coming out there. They're pumped up. This is a big game, Glenn. This is a real big game.
Yeah, biggest game of the season, you could argue, for both of these programs so far. As we mentioned, the stake of the ECC title on the line for the winner tonight, and playoff implications like we just talked about in our pregame as well.
Yeah, huge playoff implications. I mean, listen, it's Kings is used. You know, they've got a good program. This. You know, Milford got in last year. This is big territory for Milford. This would be a statement game, I think, for the Eagles if they're able to pull this out.
Yeah, it's been a pretty one-sided rivalry over the past several years, with Kings dominating the series while Milford struggled until Milford made a resurgence last year under Tom Grippa.
Right. Yeah, Grippa has really had a huge impact on this program the last couple of years, and the results are showing. It's contagious, right? You know, last year they had some success. Then they come in this year, you know, they're expecting that success, right? So that's huge for them. So here comes Kings onto the field now.
They're going to be pumped.
Yeah, this gonna be fun. As we talked about in the pregame, you know, Kings is great at running the ball, not bad at throwing it. Milford can really air that ball out. And Kells running the ball is somebody he's going to be reckoned with. I think he was he player of the week last week?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago
against Anderson, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, we've done a game for these guys before. They put 71 up against Loveland.
Loveland, yeah.
I mean, I don't care who you are. 71 points in a football game, that's a lot of points.
10 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And honestly, remember the very first touchdown, they went for 2 and failed.
Right.
And other than that, Grace Hurdle was perfect on the night. She was 9 of 9.
Yeah, it was. This is going to be fun. You know, I expect this is going to be a back and forth game, and it could come down to who makes the big play or who makes the big mistake in this game.
Yeah, and talking with a member of the Milford coaching staff when I got here before the game, they were hoping the rain would hold off. There was a very slight drizzle occurring. You're going to see some umbrellas in the stands. But as we were doing our pregame, just enough of a drizzle to make things a little bit slick. It's definitely going to have an impact on the football.
Well, and listen, as we talked about earlier, we got football weather now for a change, right? It's cool. There's a little mist in the air. You know, this is football weather, so you got to learn to play in the elements. And if rain comes, you got to deal with it.
And it only took getting to week 8 to finally get football weather.
Right.
You know, think about it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it was still tropical temperatures here in Cincinnati in the 80s. So these teams didn't get a chance to practice in cooler weather until yesterday, and this is the first precipitation we've seen several days.
Yeah, at least playing a football game anyway, right?
Yeah.
And you know, as you can see out there on the field, this is turf field. So again, the moisture on the field, slippery conditions. But you know what? We'll play this out and see what happens. Looks like Milford's going to get the opening kick here to start the game.
Yeah, Kings actually did win the toss in pregame festivities held down at midfield with referee Ron Liner, excuse me. We had a chance to meet him, shake his hand before the game.
Yep.
So Kings won and deferred. They will be moving or kickoff to Milford. Milford will be moving left to right across your screen from our position here, high above the 50-yard line at beautiful Kings Stadium.
Yeah, this is a beautiful complex here.
A lot of steps to get up on short notice, but
we survived it, Glenn. We survived it.
So far.
Let's see who's that for Kings kicking off there. I can't see that number up here. Looks like that number. Is that 6, Glenn?
Hard to tell. I was worried about that. Trying Thomas Mitchell kick.
Thomas Mitchell, number 16. All right, here we go. This is going to be fun, Glenn.
Yeah, buckle up. Should be a great game on Friday Night Football on ICRC-TV Sports. And we're underway. Low kick. It's going to take a bounce at the 10-yard line and be fielded. Turn man tries his left side and runs into a pack of slate gray jerseys before being brought down near the 20. That was Dustin Loudermilk on the return for Milford. So not bad position for Milford. I'm sure they would have liked to have 10 or 15 more yards, but not a bad start.
No, as we talked about, this Milford offense can be very quick strike. So, you know, starting here, it's not gonna It's not going to affect them. So here we go. Buckle up, like you said, Glenn. We're going to be in for something here.
Hunter Johnson, 19 touchdowns, 9 picks, as we talked about in the pregame. Doesn't run the ball a whole lot. It's about a 59% passer. Looks to be on his way to a 2,000-yard passing season.
We got getting the chains all set up. Just a little minor delay here before we get that first offensive play.
Assuming it's going to be a little bit of a late arriving crowd with the president speaking up in Lebanon tonight and some road closures impacting commutes to get here.
Kings loading the box early. Looks like they might come with the blitz. They do from the outside. Gives it to Kells.
Kells gets the edge, but he's going to be forced out of bounds after a gain of 3 or 4 yards. Expect we'll be calling Kells' name a lot tonight, both on handoffs and as a passing option for Hunter Johnson. Gain of 3 officially sets up 2nd and 7.
Kings moving around a little bit. They're gonna keep. They're gonna bring those linebackers up. They got 6 up close.
Pass is complete out to the 26-yard line.
So Kings will be a couple yards short.
Well, I think we're going to see Kings popping in and out tonight, showing pressure and then backing out of it into coverage, would be my guess, Mike.
Yeah, that's what they did on that last play.
3rd and 2. Wouldn't it all be surprised to see Cameron Kells get the ball here, or to see Johnson roll out the pass?
Looks like a blitz coming. It is from the outside. They give it to Kells. He's short.
Yep, he's going to be stood up and is actually going to lose about 3 yards.
Yeah.
So Kings played a pretty good defensive game last week against Walnut Hills, and they're off to a good start here tonight.
Well, the first 2 or 3 plays we saw them. The second play they backed out, linebackers backed out, but that play they stayed in, they blitzed, and they got Kells for threw him for a loss.
Take a look at the replay on the 3rd down conversion attempt. Quick handoff to Kells, and there you can see there were slate gray jerseys in the backfield almost immediately.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go.
On the handoff. I'm calling them slate gray. You think they might have been.
Well, they look gray.
There's something.
There's some. They got red numbers, which at times can be a little difficult to see from up here.
You're not kidding, especially on an overcast night.
There's the first punt. Oh, it's blocked!
The man who blocked it didn't see where the ball is. He's going to pick it up and run into the end zone.
Touchdown. Wow.
Wow.
That's number 44 for Kings. Blocked that. Tishon Fisher blocked it and got his own block and took it in.
Well, not the start Milford wanted, to say the least, and Kings seizing momentum early.
Boy, Glenn, if we get a replay on that, that 44 Gibson, he had nobody even touched him. He had a clean path to the kicker. We'll get a replay here. Watch him, Fisher from the outside. Doesn't even get touched, and he gets in there, boom. Nobody hit him. Great presence of mind to find that ball, take it in the end zone.
Thomas Mitchell, 26 of 29 on his PAT tries, comes in, makes it 27-30. So the Kings Knights, thanks to stout defense, forcing Milford to a 3 and out and a block punt taken early, 7-0 lead here.
Well, we talked about the importance of this game, and obviously Kings on that first series, they were challenging Milford to throw the ball because they had 6 on the line of scrimmage. So they got him stopped and they got a big turnover. We talked about big plays. That's a big play. Just not even a minute into the game here, Glenn.
Well, the good news is for Milford, they had maybe a couple minutes to try to make an adjustment to how they're going to handle this Kings defense. Certainly not the time they wanted.
Yes. Well, you know what? It's only 7-0. It's early, and that's not going to be the last touchdown we see in this game.
Well, we expected for Kings, we've not even had a chance to talk about their offense much since we came up from our pregame, but we thought it was going to be Kohler and Williams would have grinded out kind of game, but Kings with a crucial special teams victory early in this game.
Yep. Well, let's see what Milford does on their second possession.
Something a little different than they tried last time.
Little pooch kick.
It's going to be fielded around the 24-yard line and a quick stop again.
Yeah, that was
the Knights.
Hayden Oberschlack for Milford got that short kick. He advances the ball. Well, what's that, about the 28 there, Glenn? So similar position for Milford on their second possession. Milford's strength is throwing the ball. I've got to believe they've got to. They're going to have to throw that ball early to get Kings to back off of that, stack in that box on the line of scrimmage.
It sounds like the game plan coming in for the Eagles was maybe to try to establish a little bit of a run game to set up the pass, but it's not worked out so well after 3 plays from scrimmage.
Well, Milford's got trips to the left now. See what Johnson's going to do here. Here comes another blitz.
Play action, passes to Connor Foster and in and out of his hands. Would have been near a first down had he been able to hang on to the football.
He had a little room to run with that ball too as well.
Gotta catch those. Being a senior, gotta catch those.
Yeah, Foster's 6'8", 285, so he's a big target. He let that. Here's a replay. He didn't catch the ball. He let that ball get to his body and bounced off of him. So a missed opportunity for Milford to advance that ball.
And Foster's a nice decoy from some of those other weapons. Split out and ran the slot. Pass caught in traffic is complete. And will be about 2 yards shy of a first down. That's Jake Ayler gets his name called for the first time.
Well, there's a nice pass and catch there. Tight coverage there over there again by number 44 for Kings. Gibson, who's the guy that blocked the punt and took it in. So it's about a 3rd and 1, Glenn.
Yeah, another chance for a 3rd down conversion for Milford. 3rd and 1. Johnson's going to come up. It's going to be a quarterback sneak.
He got it.
And the offensive line gets him a good push up the middle. It'll be a first down at Milford's own 40-yard line.
I think we've talked about this in previous. I'm not a big fan of that offensive line pushing the quarterback forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you don't see it a lot, especially in the high school and college game these days with everyone in the pistol and spread formations. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. All right, we got 2 wideouts to both sides. Johnson. Oh, he looks like a screen.
Yep, check down.
Oh!
It's complete. Gets past the second
See
level.
See ya.
20, 10, touchdown. Dylan Hughes. We told you how explosive he is, and he showed it right there. He was actually one of the last options on that play.
Absolutely, and he's got. Here's a replay. He's got that breakaway speed, and he left those guys. Here it is. They're not going to catch him. Sorry.
No. And nice job of not sending him over the top. He stays underneath and puts his athleticism into play. And that was what, a 60-yard catch and run?
Yeah. So there's that quick strike offense for the Eagles.
Yep, and they're going to, again, try to go for 2. Not send Grace Hurdle out just yet. That odd formation. Here comes a play up the middle. Ayler's looking to get some push from behind. He tried the spin move, but he's going to get stood up just shy of the goal line. Well, we've done 2 of Milford's games now, and we've seen him go for 2 after the first touchdown twice and 0 for 2, partner.
I'm going to reserve comment.
Color guys aren't supposed to do that.
But okay, I don't understand it. I just don't get it.
I get you.
It's 9:37 left to go in the first quarter. Tie the game up, right?
And you've got a good kicker.
Exactly.
Grace Hurdle has come into this game with a decent enough kicking percentage. No field goal tries, but 36 of 39. Why not tie the game early? So now you've had 2 big special teams plays, essentially, right?
Right.
So definitely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, that's why he's there and we're up here. I get that part, but Milford answered the touchdown by Kings, tie the score, clean the slate. Let's start afresh. So.
Well, I don't know if it's the same exact play we saw against Loveland a few weeks ago, but it's on, something akin is on film for other teams to take a look at, right?
They're not fooling anybody, are they?
Right. And really what you're doing is leaving yourself short on the offensive line. They're not going to put that one in play deep, and it's going to be fielded at the 24-yard line and scooting out of bounds for Kings, so they're going to have good enough field position on their first play of the game. It's number 26, Ty Stylski. We're going to be talking about a lot tonight.
We're going to see Kings first go around on offense. Again, they're led by their quarterback, number 11, Ashton Kohler. He comes into the game tonight through seven games with 7 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions, averaging about 7 yards per attempt.
Hand off Fake to the handoff to the Keeman Williams. Kohler's under pressure. There comes the Milford defense, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield by Milford's number 52. Let's see, Brian Stevens, excuse me. Take a look at this on replay. So play action doesn't quite work, and Milford able to get good penetration. There you see he had trouble coming in from both sides, and Stevens gets there first with a nice wrap of the legs. So
well, that's a loss of about 12 yards.
Sure
so it's 2nd and 22. Again, King's strength is running the ball, but they're coming out passing.
Yep. Slot. Hit out to the slot's going to be good for.
Wow, he's still driving.
17 yards.
Wow,
maybe
nice
more.
effort. Nice effort there.
Yeah, they keep that play action fake to the Keeman Williams. And Jacob Elam, number 10, gets his 13th reception of the season. He gets a big chunk of yards.
Yeah,
when he catches them, Mike.
Now it's not. Yeah, now it's a 3rd and short, so it's definitely they could either run it or pass it. So Milford's going to have to.
Gain of 19. I think. We got right back on schedule in one play. There's a quick pass over the middle and deflected.
It looks like that hit number 26 for the Eagles, Cameron Hemmer. But King's first offensive possession is 3 and out.
Yeah, so getting off schedule seems to help the Eagles defense a little bit.
Yep.
Should get our first look here tonight with the Kings punter. He's also the quarterback, Ashton Cole.
Yeah, you know, and Glenn, we just saw how Milford's got that quick strike offense. My guess is Kings wants to keep their offense off the field. They want to get some long sustained drives. 3 and out is just it's playing right into Milford's hands.
Well, curious. Milford or Kings is a running team, and they come out passing. Milford,
nice punt.
Just the opposite. Punt's fielded inside the 25-yard line. It's going to be good field position out past the 40.
That was Zaylor, I think, on that return. Good starting position for the Eagles. You know, the first set, Milford ran the ball. They came out the second possession. They threw it, and you saw what happened. So, Kings is going to have to be on their toes because we haven't seen enough of Kells yet.
Right.
He's about. I think we're going to see a little bit more of him this series.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if Milford tries to go back to establishing that run again, or if they're going to stick it in the air. We're going to find out here in just a minute. Johnson calls for the snap. There's the handoff to Kells.
Yep.
Decent enough hole's going to open, and his forward progress, he's going to get a little over a yard.
You know, Kells comes in, he's almost got 1,000 yards, just a little under 1,000, averaging almost 8 yards per carry. So on that one, he get about 2 yards. So, and his long is 85 yards. So he's definitely like Hughes. He's got the capabilities of breaking through that line and taking it to the house.
2nd and 1. Johnson, plenty of time. Pass complete. Over to
Nice
the left
move.
side.
Nice move by
Back
Kells.
Kells. A good move to stuttered back over to his right. And
Looks like he's
Eagles
gonna be just short.
yeah,
here.
Eagles are going to stay on schedule. 3rd and 1. Now a decision. Run the ball or pass it in the chess match.
Well, the nice thing about both of these teams, you can't favor one versus the other. You got to be prepared for both. I'm guessing Kells is going to get this ball.
Nope, Johnson back up to the line again. Kings is going to stack the box. Milford gets a push that time.
Wow.
And more than the yard they needed, they're going to get about 4 yards. So
Nice.
maybe not a fan of that play, but worked pretty well
I
the
was
second
gonna
time
say,
around, Mike.
As long as it's in the rule books, they can do whatever they want.
You can shift a bunch of guys over to the left side on a 2-point try. That's 2, right?
Yep. So
All
Milford's taken over at the Kings 45.
Yeah, we're down approaching 7:15 now.
Here comes a blitz.
Johnson, the long pass, looking for Dylan Hughes. He's got defenders draped all over him, and a flag. Nope, no flag. That was the football rolling. So
Yeah.
no flag.
Yeah, I was actually looking at that, thinking that maybe there might have been a little contact, but you know what? Let him play.
Well, as we talked about, that's Max McKelvey on defense with league title implications on the line. You're gonna let him play a little bit. The pass came in a little hot anyway.
Yeah, Hughes is 6 foot. You know, maybe Johnson next time put that up a little higher, let him go up there and get that ball. Here comes another blitz.
Yeah, they're going to bring the pressure
Johnson's,
on Johnson.
Yeah, he's got plenty of room.
Going to be upended and take a hard lick. But he will pick up a first down for the Milford Eagles. So the Eagles are driving. Be 1st and 10 inside the 35-yard line. Looks like the ball's going to be spotted just inside the 34.
You know, when you come like that with those blitzes like Kings come, you run the risk of exactly Johnson gets outside the containment, and he's got a clear lane down on that left side. I'm sure Coach Griffith doesn't want him taking those hard hits on the sidelines there.
Johnson, first-year starter, taking over for Blake King, who graduated, but going into week 8, I think it's fair to say he's earned his varsity stripes at this point and remained calm under pressure that time.
Hand off to Kells.
Kells, yeah. He's getting a good push up the middle. He hasn't tried too much on the outside yet, but the center and guards seem to be doing their job here.
Yeah, I was just going to look. We never give those big guys up there in the trenches a whole lot of credit. But those guys, the big guys in the middle there, they're really moving that line of scrimmage for Milford.
Gain of 5. Sets up 2nd and 5 with the ball on the 29-yard line.
Yeah, you got in there. You got Flannery and Willen and Stevens and Edwards and Rooser and Johnson. I'm sorry, Johnson's quarterback. But you got some big guys in there moving that line of scrimmage for Milford. Here comes another blitz.
Kells,
Johnson gets
play
it.
action. Yeah, pass complete.
Oh, that's a penalty. Yeah, I saw that. Glenn, you know, they're going to call that every time. If we can get a replay on that, that was the defensive guy, helmet to helmet. That's 15 yards against the Kings.
Jared Engelman, who we talked about, has come on here as the season has progressed for Milford. It's his 12th catch of the year. He had 11 coming into tonight, averaging just under 13 yards a catch.
You know, Glenn, not only at every level of football, that play, here's a replay, you can see it. The play is almost dead, Glenn. Watch coming in here. Number 32, boom.
Yeah.
You know, they're calling that every time.
Yeah, needless.
He wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, needless. Sure, there's some trash talking on the field. And
sure there is, but that's...
probably some trash talking on social media this week. But, yeah, you don't want to cost your football team 15 yards, especially with an offense as capable as this Eagles offense.
Well, aside from the 15 yards, it's all about safety out here. You don't want something happen to some of these kids on a foolish play like that.
It's going to move the ball down to the 11-yard line, so conceivably an opportunity for Milford to get another first down. We see the Kings sideline.
About halfway through this first quarter, I'm sorry. Milford driving again.
Yeah, a little different looking formation. Kings bringing the pressure. They hand off to Kells. Kells cuts back, has a big hole up the middle. It's going to get inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line.
Well, here he turned something possibly in from a loss into a positive gain. We talked about the turf being slipped. You saw his 1 foot go out from underneath him. Give credit to the Kings defense. They continued in the pursuit, and when Kells tried to cut back, they were there waiting for him.
The Kings not going to let up on the pressure at all.
2nd and 7. This could be time for Hughes.
Yep. And then was Hughes in motion across the formation. He has the edge.
Still fighting. He's in.
First down and touchdown for the Milford Eagles. Dylan Hughes comes in motion across the formation, takes the rock, gets the edge, and into the end zone. It's an 11-yard touchdown run, let's call it.
Good effort. Here's a replay. Watch
Actually, 8.
Hughes, when he gets to that corner, he just kept fighting and fighting. Great effort for Hughes to get that into the end zone. So Milford's on the board again. Now they're going to kick the extra point.
Smart. Even in with a little wind and a little rain.
So with 4:50 to go, Milford's going to see if they can convert this extra point, make it 13-7.
The pressure again. Ertl gets the kickoff. Looked like just barely. But
It's
the
good.
extra point attempt is good. So Milford is going to take a 13-7 lead. As Mike said, 4:50 remaining in the opening quarter. Aided immensely by that needless 15-yard personal foul penalty.
Exactly, Glenn. And you know, I talked about it a few minutes ago, and that is Kings, they need some long, sustained drives because this Milford offense it can put points on the board from anywhere on the field. So Kings has got to, not only that, they got to keep their defense off because they're going to get tired.
A couple guys, not a ton, being a D1 school, but a couple guys that'll get some snaps on both ends, both sides of the ball. Connor Foster among them. Heard Connor Foster's been seeing some time as like a fullback type position, an
Really?
H-back type, coming through and opening up holes for Cameron Kells. So
Well,
keep an eye on that tonight. I'd like to have 6'8", 270 come barreling at you.
Yeah, I think I'm diving somewhere out of the way.
I think we may have seen a team do that this year. Not mention any names. There's going to be another short kick over to the right sideline. The ball is going to be fielded at the 31-yard line. That's Gibson again. Gibson spins away from one tackle, but it's finally going to be brought down back around the 35-yard line. That's Fisher, excuse me. It's brought down on the play by Max Ward of Milford.
So Kings is going to take over a really good field position, their own 46-yard line.
That's the 36.
I'm sorry, 36,
still,
yeah.
Good field position nonetheless.
Yep.
They'll get their second crack on offense here to see if they can get their mojo working.
I think we're going to see a little bit of Williams running the ball on this series for the Kings.
I think you may be right.
There's a handoff around the right side.
To Williams trying to get the edge. He does, but runs out of room and is forced out of bounds. Still a pretty good gain, 6 or 7 yards.
Yeah, he's averaging about 6 yards per carry, so he's right where he needs to be from an average standpoint. I could see Williams again getting that ball here just to keep moving those chains, hopefully, for Kings. Milford's going to stay with a 4-3.
Kohler's going to keep it himself. Cuts back, leaps a defender, and will get a first down by a yard.
Good effort there by Kohler.
Long history for Kohler and Williams. Learned researching for this game tonight. These guys go back to playing 4th grade football.
No kidding. That's really great.
Here's
He leaps
Kohler
right there.
with the straddle, and that's what he needed to get the first down, I think.
1st and 10, their own 47-yard line.
2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Williams in the backfield. He's going to split out now. Kohler's fakes the pass, pulls it back in, has room on the right side, looks to get away from the defenders, which he does not do, and it's going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Good pursuit by the Eagles defense. He looks like he wanted to throw a screen pass over here to Williams. Milford sniffed that out. Kohler had to keep the ball, and no gain on the play. Good play by the Milford defense.
Bottom, 1 of the top 4 Kings. Williams in the backfield with Kohler. It's going to be an option pitch to Williams across his midfield. Has a lane inside the 40 before he finally steps out of bounds before making contact with a flock of Eagles at around the 33-yard line.
Boy, I tell you, Williams, if you see that, he took his time and let his blockers, open up holes for him. Nice pickup on the play.
Sure is. First down. Up to the 34-yard line.
I think that works. I think you're going to see some more of that.
A little bit of a
trips to the right.
Change up at the line. Williams gets the call again. Good hole
Oh
opened up in the
gosh.
middle. Sidesteps some defenders.
Wow.
15, 10, 5. And no indication as of yet for a touchdown. They're going to mark him down. Boy, just in the shadow of the goal line and at the 1 or 2 yard line.
The officials are talking down there.
Well, Williams got out too far ahead of him, so there was really nobody in
Yeah, here's
position.
a replay. Look at that cutback. Boy, he's quick.
Well, he didn't get there by being slow, right? He is a tremendous athlete. Oof.
Well, he took off about the 5-yard line on that.
He sure did. So, 1st and goal from the 1. High formation, Kohler and Williams.
We got the officials down there having a little huddle right there.
No luxury of
replay
in the high school game. So we'll either want to let the call stand, and
that ball looks like it's almost on the nose. The nose of the ball is almost on the goal line. So I'm assuming this is going to be Kohler right up the middle.
Up, got Milford to jump. Not that it's going to do a whole lot of good down here.
I'm surprised Kohler's not under center.
Well, as I said, with Johnson those last couple 3rd down plays, you just don't see it a lot. you know, these days with the spread offenses and the pistol formations.
I know, but if it's wet out there and the ball's got a little moisture, well,
I'm not disagreeing with you, but now you see why some of these guys are struggling when they get to the NFL because they've never gone under center.
Williams is going to get the snap, and he's
the
in.
leap. Yep. Correct snap.
So Kings answers Milford.
And
Looks like it might be a track meet tonight.
They did it
on the ground.
What got him there? Keenan Williams.
Right.
See if they will bring out Mitchell to try to convert from placement as we get a look at the leap on replay, Mike.
Yeah, he had plenty of air underneath there, and he's about 3 yards into the end zone. That's Williams' 13th touchdown of the season through 7 weeks. This is the 8th game.
And a chance to reestablish a 1-point lead. Good snap. Kick is up. And good.
It's good.
So 14-13. Kings moves back out in front. Special teams continues to play a role in this football game.
Well, that's just what the doctor ordered for Kings defense. They got a chance to get a nice breather there. They can come back refreshed. We saw that first series. Was able to stop it.
Well, Milford, as we talked about, quick strike offense. Plenty of time left here in the opening quarter and obviously the half to go back down. Curious to watch on those special teams plays if they try to go for 2 again to maybe draw back to getting a lead.
Yeah.
I almost said draw back to even, then I realized.
Well, if they go for 2, they can get a lead. Let's see if Kings is going to kick this or they're going to pooch it like Milford's been doing. And if you got somebody that can kick the ball deep, I don't know why you don't kick it deep. There's a pooch.
It's going to be fielded by one of the up men at the 20-yard line. It's going to get the ball out to the 32. So that's C.T. Phillips. And Phillips actually showed up on the stat sheet for his returns because of some of those shallow kicks.
I was going to say, yeah.
What's his third return this year?
He's got 2 tonight.
Yeah, well, that's 4 then.
Right.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So, yeah, he had 2 for 42 yards coming into the game.
Right. And obviously you can see he's very good at handling the ball, right? So you would think a bigger guy like that might have and he's able to move the ball forward, which is great.
Yeah, well, we talked about maybe going for the touchback, but here's Milford with good starting position at their own 33-yard line. Milford again showing pressure. We go over to Dylan Hughes, and it's nearly intercepted.
That was number 5 for Kings. He was so close to getting that interception. Max McKelvey, boy, he really anticipated that really well.
Well, you want to talk about jumping a route? There was a textbook example of it right there.
Yeah, here's a replay. You could watch, to your point, Glenn, he jumped a route. We're not going to see it here. Maybe after this play. Johnson telegraphed that a little bit too. Here comes the blitz.
Yep.
Got to get rid of it. It's a screen.
Yep.
There's a face mask.
Well, they're gonna
get a face mask.
They go back to Dylan Hughes as a check down receiver. Just give him the football in space and let him make a play, and he does there, and he's going to get the penalty on top of it.
Yeah. It looks like that's a 5-yarder.
There's the indication from our official online.
Yeah, Hughes was doing one of those patented moves where he's trying to escape the defender, and the only way they could get him was to get him by the face mask.
5-yard face mask on the defense results in a first down.
First down for Milford after the foul. 3:01 remaining in the opening quarter here from Kings High School. Glenn Olson and Mike Lorienti with you. Josh Simstrot in the truck with another crew out braving the elements. Warren County tonight.
Glenn, we've had a lot of action in the first quarter of this football game.
I think you and I are going to be hoarse by the end of the night. Kells takes a handoff, big hole up the middle. Cuts back inside the 40, and he's hit hard from behind. It'll be brought down at the 36-yard line. That's what makes Kells so dangerous. You give him daylight, he can squirt through it in a heartbeat.
Well, you know, the great thing about Kells is we've seen the speed to be able to get around the corner, and he's not afraid to go between the tackles. You can see it right there.
Now you're going to see this on the replay here. He saw daylight open up right there. Great job by his offensive line. Tried the little stutter step and cut back. First down.
Here
for
comes another
Milford.
blitz.
Yeah, they're going to blitz
Pick it
all
up
night.
well. There's a long one to Hughes.
Yep,
He's got
Hughes in
separation.
the corner, goes up for it. Did he come down with it?
No, he dropped it.
Incomplete.
Wow, that was a good throw. Ball was put right where it needed to be.
Boy, that was a heck of an attempt by Dylan Hughes in double coverage to nearly come up with that football.
Great pass. Give some credit to the defenders for Kings. Great job. Double team Hughes. I think they got the message. They got to put 2 guys on him.
Yeah, the problem is you're going to keep blitzing. Johnson's going to find somebody to throw the ball to in a hurry. He'll go over the top of that blitz.
I think this would be a very appropriate time to throw the ball to Connor Foster in the middle of the field. Especially with the aggressive defense that Kings has.
Kell's not going to get a whole lot there. Kings was ready for it. It's going to be a gain of just over a yard. So another big 3rd and long conversion try coming for Milford. And there's a good shot of the rain you see coming down.
Yeah, it's coming down harder now.
Haven't really noticed it on our monitor until now, but that'll wreak havoc on a game plan, especially if you like to throw the ball.
Yep. I do see the receivers for Milford right now. Every one of them's got gloves on, so hopefully they've got those tactile gloves.
I'm sure they are. Johnson back to pass, plenty of time, dump off,
There you go.
and a drop.
On cue, Glenn.
Yep.
Ball was right in his hands and he dropped it.
And he's not wearing gloves.
He's not wearing gloves.
Cameron Kells, the running back, who, as we talked about in the pregame, is also a receiving threat. Couldn't haul that ball in from Johnson. Yeah, hit him right in the hands.
Yeah, not that he was going to go very far, but what it does there is it made it 4th. If they're going to go for it, it was 4th and 5 or 6 yards, a little bit more manageable than 4th and 9.
Milford has not attempted a field goal yet this year, and you're not going to see one here, obviously.
Oh, not, yeah.
Yeah, no tries. Ball at the 36-yard line. So, yeah, Milford will go for it. But I guess there's a conceivable chance you could see a high little pooch here or something.
Yeah, right.
Not sure how much good that's going to do you for a 16-yard change in field position. If that's the route they go. The ball's going to be snapped near hash. 4th and 9.
He's looking.
He's got time.
He's got a receiver. No good.
Overshot his intended receiver on the top of the formation. So a good hold by Kings.
That's an interesting play call, Glenn. You got Johnson running to his left, and then he threw back across his body a little bit. It's kind of an interesting call.
Jacob Weirman, the intended receiver for Milford, and just a little bit of an overshoot. So Milford is 0 for 1 in the 4th down conversion category so far tonight. 1:47 left for Kings in the first quarter.
Yeah, they're at their own 35-yard line.
Well, and I think, Milford was comfortable enough with that to trust their defense. See if they can stop. Williams gets away from one tackle.
Oh, nice play.
Brought down after a gain of 3 yards, maybe 4.
There's number 7 on the tackle. That was Dustin Loudermilk for the Eagles.
Here comes up Gimpy. Don't see him in the shot on your monitor, but yeah, he came up a little tender. Not coming out of the game, though.
We've seen the last.
Watch this. I'm sorry, cut you off. Watch it. He's lined up to the receiver in the bottom of the formation.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Just see if Kohler recognizes that and tries to go to him. Nope. Kohler's going to keep it
nice.
himself. Slips out of one tackle. First down and more, and he gets the ball out to midfield. So Ashton Kohler with a heck of a run for the Kings Knights.
Yeah, Kohler's a 6'1", 180 pounds, so he's a pretty good sized quarterback, and he obviously great second effort there. You're not going to arm tackle this guy.
Right. Second-year player. He's a senior this year. Second-year quarterback from the varsity level, I should say, not a second-year player. Boy, got out of almost being clotheslined there.
And he keeps driving those legs.
Took 3 guys to bring him down.
It's another handoff to Williams.
Yeah, Williams going to power his way forward for 4 yards.
So Kings went back to their script, and that is running the ball.
Yeah. Well, as I said, I think both teams were trying to get the other side guessing a little bit early in this game, getting away from their bread and butter, but now they're going back to it and See Williams, boy, he's just powerful.
Yeah. This will be the last play of this first quarter.
Again, a little bit of a change at the line of scrimmage. Kohler pulls it down, runs
nice
up the
move.
middle. First down and more.
There's holding.
He's brought down by Loudermilk, and there's a flag thrown down between the 35 and 40-yard line in Eagle territory, and likely a hold, as Mike astutely pointed out.
Yeah, number 1, Will Wagaheim was holding the defensive back for Milford, so that'll be a spot foul. Negated a nice big gain.
Sure did.
By Kohler, but nevertheless, it should be a first down, I would imagine, for Milford. That'll be
And it stops the clock.
and it stops the clock.
So
It won't be the last play
one
of this
more
quarter.
first quarter play.
Not gonna lie, Riley.
Well, the King student section has a
Holding
beach ball floating
On
around.
the offense, number 1, 10-yard penalty, second down.
And I was going to say that's wishful thinking on their part. It's this rain moving in, I'm sure it's downright raw out there. We're up here in a heated press box with the windows closed.
And I'm perfectly fine with
Yeah,
that.
I'm pretty good.
Toasty warm.
Glad I'm not doing sideline.
Yeah. So it is not going to be first down. So it's going to be second and about 6.
6 or 7, yeah. 6 officially on the scoreboard. Ball is spotted on Milford's 47-yard line. Kohler, option pitch to Williams.
Dropped it.
Williams, yeah, dropped it. Now he's
Oh, my
cutting back the
gosh.
other way and got
He's got a lot of room.
Yeah, past a pack of white jerseys.
Wow.
And he's finally going to be brought down at the 34-yard line. It's good enough for a first down and more for the Kings
That's
Knights.
a great effort on his part.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the replays.
Great
Williams-
pursuit by the Eagles defense. Just the backside, nobody had it covered.
Yep, he's a threat for sure. So at the end of one, Kings 14, Milford 13. We're going to step away for a quick moment. We'll be right back with the second quarter.
Across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, helping solve child hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
You made her college years possible, opening that education savings account when she was little, spearheading campus tours, and deciphering financial aid. If you can ace planning for college, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back for the second quarter. Glenn Olson and Mike Lorienti with you from Kings High School. Kings leads 14-13. Rainy, cold Friday night. Football weather. As we said
Glenn,
earlier.
Just a couple points here. We got the first quarter statistics. Milford's run 23 plays to 14 for Kings, 154 yards versus 112. Time of possession favors Milford, obviously, because they've run 8 more plays. 2 for 4 on third down, 0 for 1 for Kings. So it's 93 yards rushing versus 57 for Milford, and passing yards favor Milford as expected.
Keeman Williams was 76 of those rushing yards, for 76 yards of those total yards for Kings.
Kohler almost lost that ball on the snap.
Yeah, the rain has tapered off a little bit. It's not raining quite as hard as it was when we commented a few moments ago.
It's going to be like that all night, Glenn. It's going to come and go.
It's typical October weather in Cincinnati that we've been spoiled in not having so far this month.
Finally turned the air conditioning off.
Well, these teams better be in shape by now and well hydrated after 8 weeks of regular season practice in 80-degree weather.
Milford showing blitz.
Let's see if they stick with it or back out of it. Williams. Boy, he is so good at getting to that second level, and that's another first down for the Kings Knights.
Yeah, he gets that past that first line of defense, and you got to have the linebackers or the defensive backs. He makes one move and he's gone. Another first down for Kings.
First and 10 on the Milford 22-yard line.
We got trips to the right over here, Glenn. Looks like it might be something this way. Nope.
Nope, they're going to fake it that way. Williams is going to try the left side. Couldn't quite get the edge over there, but barrels his way into the red zone.
That's a slippery 6 yards he gets on that carry, right? He thought he was going to get thrown, for a short gain.
Yep.
And he makes a nice spin move right there.
Yep.
Gets himself a couple extra yards.
Just a tremendously gifted athlete, to say the least. You knew that based on the statistics he's put up, but he's got good instincts, good technique.
Speaking of spin moves, I don't know if you saw that football game last night. Barkley, some of his moves he made. Oh my Lord.
He's a real deal, huh?
He is the real deal.
Kohler cuts back, nearly loses his footing, but still on his feet inside the 10-yard line. 5 into the end zone. Ashton Kohler with an 18-yard touchdown run.
Great effort. Great effort by Kohler.
Well, we said in the pregame he can do it with his feet as well, and he just proved it. Gonna have 2 different angles for you on the replay, courtesy of our crack crew here. The one from up top, making those defenders miss. And there we get one from field level, our end zone cam.
A lot of missed tackles, Glenn.
Sure are.
A lot of missed tackles.
Mitchell in for the point after try. Good snap. Kick is up. Looks good to me.
Well, Kings takes advantage of the short field. Milford missed that 4th and 9.
Yeah. It's still a 1-possession game, but now it's 8 points.
Now it's 8 points, and we just into the second quarter. Kings strikes first in this quarter. Milford, their defense has been out there quite a bit here recently. They're going to need Milford to give it. The offense is going to need to get a good sustained drive.
There's that beach ball I was talking about.
And there's the rain.
There's the rain. It's picked up again. Just in time for Kings to kick the ball off.
Glenn, we talked about this pre-game. We knew this was going to be a high-scoring game with what both offenses are capable of doing. And so far, through a quarter and almost a couple minutes into the second, we got 34 points on the board.
Loudermilk and Kells deep to receive for C.T. Phillips. We saw in that last kickoff, standing at the 25-yard line, those pink socks and shoes tonight.
I see a lot of pink in the stand, so it's obviously maybe something to do with breast cancer awareness.
Yep.
Tomorrow I think there's a race in town.
Yeah, the Queen Bee
Queen
half.
Bee,
Yeah.
right, for that.
So that ball is going to go out of bounds. It's going to be an illegal procedure penalty, so very good starting field position for the Milford Eagles. But yeah, obviously pink out tonight, organized by the Milford student section.
Yep.
Good crowd for the Milford student section.
Yeah, they did. They are.
They've packed it over there.
Yeah, we got a nice crowd on both sides. The weather, I'm sure, kept some people away, but the diehard fans are here, and they've been entertained so far.
Kick out of bounds by the Lincoln team.
So our referee's mic's
First down.
Garbled up. Part of the problem here is you got 200 feet up in the air to get to this press box.
Right.
These wireless mics.
Any kind of adversity out there in that field, you're not going to hear it.
Yeah.
Johnson's back to pass.
Pass will be complete on the far side of the field, but it's not going to go very far for Dylan Hughes. The Kings defense is all over him tonight.
Well, they saw what. Here's a replay, just a quick down and out for Hughes. Again, good hands. Even a nice secure tackle there by the Kings to keep Hughes from advancing that ball even further up the field.
Johnson, again, back to pass.
Looking deep.
Had an empty backfield. Got a receiver right in the middle of the field and overshot him just a little bit. Was trying to get that to Jake Ayler. So
we had an open field on that too, Glenn, coming across the middle.
Yeah, Johnson just came in a little hot on that, a little high.
3rd and long.
So yeah, right back to familiar territory for Milford, and 3rd and long.
This is, early in this game, this is a big play.
Sure.
You don't want to have to turn that ball over to Kings, because they've demonstrated they can put the ball in the end zone.
He's already had a block punt. So
It's true.
trips to the bottom.
Here
two
comes
to
a
the
blitz.
top.
Here they
Empty-
come.
Empty backfield.
Here they come. He's got to get rid of the ball.
Connor
there's
Foster right
there
there
he
in the
is.
field.
Go!
Nice straddle by Foster. 30.
Cover
He's
up
not
that ball.
He's not the fastest guy in the world, but he's a load to bring down.
Wow, nice
He's going to
play.
dance that ball down to the 13-yard line.
Glenn, give credit to Johnson. He hung in there. He
Yep.
knew he was going to get leveled, and he did. Got that ball to number 85. Oh,
Connor Foster on his way to Northwestern as an offensive
watch
lineman.
Johnson. He knows. He's like, I'm going to get hit.
Yep. Look at that. Gets away to one tackle. There's a little straddle.
He got a little air on that, didn't he, Glenn?
A little bit for a big guy. A little bit for a big guy.
Loss on that handoff to Kells.
Yeah, he's going to lose about a yard. It's Eagles firmly in the red zone, but going to take a step backwards to the 17-yard line.
Kings defense is going to have to dig in a little bit here.
It's going to be at the 16, excuse me. Just under 9 minutes to go in the first half.
Glenn, I'm thinking a fade into the corner to Hughes on the far side here.
Let's see what kind of coverage he gets.
Oh, he's not even in the game.
Fighting a little injury.
Oh, there he is over on the right side. We got the first time out.
Yeah, Milford. Can't take him with you.
8:43 to go until halftime. 21-13 Kings.
Yeah, good use of the timeout here from Milford.
Yeah, I think so too. I really do.
You know, Tom Grip was pretty good coming into plays after timeouts, as we saw against Loveland
Timeout.
a couple weeks ago.
Milford, their first of the half.
So I think it's an opportunity to maybe put a little wrinkle in here and maybe try to get Hughes freed up, because if they're thinking the same way you are, Mike, and see the rain continue to come down.
Well, you know, I'm looking at the field where the ball is spotted on the far hash line over there. You've got a lot of room over here on the left side of the end zone, and but they're going to keep Hughes over there on the right side. Interesting. Maybe they go to the short side. I don't know.
Well, they like getting Hughes sometimes in that confined space, right? Let his feet do all the work.
Yep.
Actually, they're not going to have anybody.
No,
on
they're not. That's
on
interesting.
on the wide side of the field. So two to the top. Kell's in the backfield with Johnson.
See if Kings brings it, because they've been pretty consistent on those blitzes. Here
Second-
they come.
Yeah, second and 11. Pitch to Kells. Kells has a nice little
Wow.
hole. First down and more.
Great
He's up
effort.
inside the 5-yard line. Well, got to go to your go-to guys sometimes, right,
Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah, here's a replay. Give the ball to Kells on the short side. He sees an opening, and boy, he's got that burst of speed. He gets down there and he dives for the first down.
After he hit that first level, he got another 5 yards out of that. So it's first and goal from the 4. Two receivers to the wide side of the field.
And the single coverage there, too. Johnson's got to be licking his chops. Nope, we're going to give
Blitz
it to
coming.
Kells.
Kells
He's in.
is going to dial right up through the heart of
Wow.
that line and into the end zone untouched. Gray jerseys all around, and somehow went into that end zone unscathed.
Big play in that series was that long pass to Connor Foster. Kept that drive alive for the Eagles. We're going to see a couple replays. We'll see it from up top. You see Kells looking, waiting, finds a hole and walks into the end zone. Now you can see ground level. Again, good blocking up there by the offensive line.
Look at that. He wasn't touched by a gray jersey
No.
until he was a couple yards deep into the end zone.
Slate, you mean Slate jersey.
Yeah.
Here's the extra point.
Gray's Ertl on for the extra point attempt. Good snap. Pressure was coming. A little bit of a floater.
Just over that. Looked like the Browns winning field goal from last week.
I don't know if it was that bad, Mike.
I did see today, I don't know if you saw the news, I did see today when they finally came clean, the one guy said he did hit it.
Yeah.
The one Raven guy said
Yeah.
he did get a piece of that ball.
Yeah. So, yeah, this one, not quite the line drive kick, but definitely looked like that there may have been a finger on it. And our producer says maybe there was. See Ertl with a nice plant, and yeah, I think she got it away. It just maybe wasn't the greatest kick in the world. Didn't look like it hit that diving defender coming in from the right side. So 21-20.
You know, Glenn, you don't have to diagram them on the scorecard. You just put a number down, right? It's
Got
kind of
that
like my
right.
golf game. Who the heck, how what matters as long as I put the right number down on the scorecard. So we're back to a 1-point game.
I just get used to writing those 8s.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Okay, so back to football. 8:15 remaining in the second quarter. 21-20. Kings hangs on to that 1-point lead thanks to the missed 2-point try by Milford way back early in the game.
Williams is deep for Kings. Now I know why they're pooch kicking it. They don't want to give him that ball.
Heck no. I wouldn't either. Smart play call by somebody down there.
Yep.
Kicking off, Vince Ringland for Milford.
It's a squibber.
Going to be fielded by one of the up men inside the 25-yard line. The ball will be advanced out to the 36.
You know, so far, this game really from a field position has really been between the 30s, right? Nobody has really been pinned back deep into their own territory.
Yeah,
it's been short fields for both offenses the majority of this game.
Well, you don't want to kick it to those deep guys that can make plays against you. So you're willing to sacrifice the field position and trust your defense a little bit.
We got trips here. Oh, we got trips to the right.
To the right, yeah.
Yep.
Wide side of the field. They're going to go to Williams. Williams has a hole up the middle, and he's hit hard after a gain of 1.
Certainly might have been injury on the field there. Number 26 for the Eagles is slow getting up. It's Cameron Hemmert. What did they get, about a yard on that, Glenn?
Yeah,
maybe?
just a yard. The initial spot was better than what the referee actually ended up giving them. So it's a gain of 1, but it's a very short one. 2nd and 9.
Those linebackers for Milford, they're not getting very far off of that line of scrimmage. They're up. I got offsides. Got a free play.
Got that CT to jump.
Yep.
Kohler in all kinds of trouble is going to throw a desperation ball up in the air, and that's intercepted by the Milford Eagles. Yes, it is indeed. Dustin Loudermilk comes up big for Milford. Kohler with that desperation throw, and it comes back to bite him, Mike.
There was no penalty on that play? I thought for sure that guy jumped off sides.
I don't think he got into the zone. That was CT that we talked about.
Really? Wow.
Can't miss him with the pink socks.
I'm not talking about missing him. I just thought.
I just know who it was.
Wow, big play by the Milford Eagles defense. Loudermilk intercepted that ball.
Yeah.
That was an ill-advised throw.
Oh, yeah.
He should have just thrown it over here out of bounds.
You got to live to fight another play, as the saying goes, right? Let's go back and take a look at the last play. So the movement, or lack thereof, has already happened, but there's Loudermilk. Comes in, just a tangle of bodies, and makes the catch.
He got a little trick there by the receiver there. Nevertheless, Milford gets a big takeaway.
Cameron Kells is going to get the ball. Bounces off his line, still fighting. He's going to be brought back. Forward progress is going to be a gain of just about 2 yards. So. Sorry to step on you there, Mike. I heard you say fight, and that was the right choice of words. It looked like he wasn't going anywhere and kept chugging.
I would imagine, I see Coach Olds down there for Kings. I imagine he might be chirping in that official's ear on that offsides, no offsides. Anyway, regardless, it's over with. We move on.
2nd and 9. Gain of 1 goes to Kells officially. Comes the pressure again. Johnson with time. Hangs in there. Pass is caught at the 5-yard line. No indication as of yet. Boy, that's going to be right where King's ball was, just on the nose of that goal line here on the north end of the stadium.
You got to watch Kells. I think it's Kells picks up the blitz right here. Watch.
Yeah, he's going to put
boom right there. Gives Johnson the time needed. And
Jake Ayler.
Boy, he went high to get that.
Sure did. Went way upstairs.
Good execution. You know, you got your running back. Kells, not only does he run the catch, but he's kept that play alive for Milford.
Okay, so Jake Ayler just scampered out of the game. C.T. Phillips has come in. What we assume is going to be a lead blocking role if they do end up running the football for Milford.
Oh, it's over his head.
Johnson lived.
What are you doing?
In all kinds of trouble. He can't get rid of the football. He's managed to stay alive, and he's going to be forced out of bounds back at the 17-yard line. So a high snap results in a loss of 16 yards, give or take.
Glenn, could he have thrown that as a quarterback? Could he have thrown that?
I believe so. No, let's see what. Yeah. There's was in the backfield.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
he could have
yeah.
just thrown it
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. I just don't think he could locate a receiver quick enough to try to get rid of it.
I'm talking
And,
about just throwing it out of bounds.
Well, but I don't think he had time with all the Kings defenders in his face here. There's the point. That was a very bad snap. He comes up with it,
Yeah,
continues
you're
to
right.
run backwards.
You're right.
And yeah, there was just nowhere for him to go without
Yeah.
potentially being a deflection and an interception.
Yeah, you're right.
So boy, from first and goal on the 1 to second and goal on the 17, Johnson pump fakes, lets it fly across the middle
Intercepted.
and intercepted into the end zone. Now we're going to get into that. That's going to be a touchback.
Yeah, it is.
We had that situation in the Princeton game earlier in the year where an interception ended up being the intercepting player was tackled in the end zone for a touchdown.
Cheatham's got that interception. We talked about him in the pregame. How many?
Yeah, came in with 4 interceptions.
Yeah,
That's number 5.
There's 5. That ball was tipped. Give Cheatham credit. He located the ball and hauled it down and for a touchback.
What a turn of events for the Milford Eagles.
Wow.
First and goal on the 1-inch line.
It's like they're moving him back.
It's on now.
Was there a penalty there? It looks like it was.
Yeah, it was. I didn't see the flag
I
come
didn't
in.
either.
And Andy Olds wants an explanation. Ron Lyons coming over to get it to him, or give it to him. Excuse me.
Looks like I can see him down there pointing to somebody, maybe hit somebody in the head or something.
But there's the flag.
Oh, there's the flag. Yeah, it must be way over on the far side then. Oh, there it is by the 25-yard line.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
nevertheless,
that
big,
was Ron Lyon
big,
that threw it.
big turnover by.
Roughing the passer. Sorry.
Oh, wow. Wow, the ball stays with Milford.
Well, the stranger, the turn. Wow, strange turn of events. Milford stays with the football. We'll recap it for you in a moment. But
Kells got the corner.
Yep, into the end zone.
Touchdown.
There's the indication.
Touchdown, yeah.
Cameron Kells
Wow.
with a 10-yard touchdown run, 9 yards officially.
Those last 4 plays were pretty bizarre, right?
Well, we thought it was King's ball. And all of a sudden, Milford has possession, and they go from the 17 up to the 9-yard line.
Wow.
So we'll get through Ertl's extra point attempt here and then try to recap all that. So there you see Kells. He's going to streak across the formation, turns the corner. Nobody there to stop him and into the end zone.
Great
for a touchdown.
Great effort. So Milford back up on top.
Wow. That was an odd couple minutes of football right there. Ertl continues to live dangerously, and that one sneaks over. That one, I'll give you, looks a little more like the Browns game. That looked like she kicked a shot put. No disrespect to her. She had a lot of pressure coming at her.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, yeah, so Milford's going to move in front with 5:50 to go in the first half, 27-21. So what we thought was going to be a turnover on an interception turns into roughing the passer against Kings, gives Milford second life down in the red zone, deep in the end zone, and obviously they were able to convert there on the Cameron Kells run.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. That was, as you mentioned, Glenn, that was bizarre. But nevertheless, Milford's back up on top.
Well,
27-21.
if you're a Milford Eagle fan, you'd hate to think you had the ball on the 1-inch line and we're going to come away without points. And another silly penalty by the Kings defense. Don't forget that one that probably would have been a targeting call in the college or pro game up at the other end of the field back in the first quarter. So the defensive penalties are part of the difference in this ball game right now for the Kings Knights.
Yeah, and you're right. Kings have made some big. We had the one down here, the targeting down here, and then you had the roughing the passer. Kept both of those drives alive for the Eagles.
Yeah, you wipe out an interception and give the Milford offense new life, which you don't want to do. So another kick's going to go to the far side of the field. It's going to be fielded before it can bounce out of bounds.
Uh-oh.
One person to
One
beat,
move.
but the kicker, the reinforcements arrive, finally brought down at the 45-yard line. Who's that, number 26?
Nice return by number 26. He was one player away from taking it to the house. Good tackle there by the kicker. He stood his ground and, to your point, Glenn, waited for the reinforcements to come to clean it up.
And Stylski
Well, he's got a
As a
lot of
return
stars
man.
on his helmet, so he's obviously he's been involved in a lot of plays.
Yeah, 11 kickoff returns coming into this game for 252 yards, as long as 49, averaging just under 23 yards. Good field position for the Kings Knights on their own 45-yard line. 5:41 to go, the second quarter. Kohler pulls it down. He's going to keep it himself, and he'll pick up 2 yards.
Number 12 on the tackle for Milford. It's a little dark up here. C.T. Phillips. Just about 5 minutes to go until halftime. Plenty of time, as we've seen in this game, for both teams to strike quick.
3 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Williams in the backfield with Kohler. I think you're going to get a dose of Williams right here, would be my guess.
Oh, all single coverage.
Kohler's going to roll out.
He's looking
Pump
deep.
fakes.
He's got him open.
Yep.
He's got him open.
One-on-one coverage. Fights,
There's a penalty.
Fights through the coverage, and that's going to be pass interference.
Yeah.
Luckily for Eagles fans, it's not
That's
a spot
right.
foul.
That's right.
It's
That
a
was
15-yarder. It'll be a first set of downs, or a first down as well.
Yeah,
So
Cody Lockwood, number 17. Was that 7 or 17? 7? He had the defender beat, so it was a nice, it was a good use of a penalty on that one.
the defender for Milford, Max Ward, number 30, defensive back, obviously, but deep in coverage.
So that'll be 15 yards. The ball's going to be spotted at the Eagles' 38-yard line.
Yeah, so first and 10 for the Kings Knights. 5 minutes to go, as Mike said. In the second quarter, plenty of time to draw back into the lead.
They're staying with that trips to the right.
We'll try to run the same play again.
Yep.
See if he can beat somebody again. Nope.
Hand off to Williams around the left side.
Fake the pass. Williams couldn't quite get the edge, but he's going to pick up 3 yards.
Loudermilk on that tackle. You know, you've got to, once Williams gets past that first line of scrimmage, he's going to get extra.
Yeah, we said that on the last drive.
Yeah.
Right? Just how quickly he gets into that second level.
That was a good one-on-one tackle by Loudermilk. Williams only got 1.5 yards on that.
Yep, just couldn't quite get that edge.
Hand off, same play.
Yeah, same play.
This time he gets
same
the
side.
edge.
First down, and he's going to bully his way for a few yards more. Bug flying out there. I thought it was a flag flying.
I've noticed Kings really likes to run to the short side of the field.
Yeah. Yeah, they must see something they like in that Milford defense to keep running that way. And that was number 23 for Milford, who finally corralled Williams out of bounds, Jared Engelman.
First and 10. They're knocking on the door again, Glenn.
Same looking formation. Kohler's going to keep it. A hole materializes in the middle. He's going to run for a gain of 5 or 6 yards. He's getting into the red zone now. Ball will be spotted at the 18.
Ball will be spotted right about the 17-yard line. It'll be second down.
Second and 4, so a gain of 6.
Milford's going to have to buckle down here. They've not been able. Have they forced Kings to punt yet at all today?
No.
I didn't think so.
No, I have not. A little different look at running back. That's not Williams.
No, that's number 28.
That's going to be out
Austin Evans.
for about a yard.
Story number
Picks up a couple left side, third down and 2.
Here's a replay. Again, they're going to that short side of the field.
It's 26.
Yeah. Looks he's going to be just about a yard short. Late substitution for Kings.
Stylesby.
Kohler under center. He's going to sneak it. He's got it.
Yeah, we just talked about that. We don't see a lot of that, and now he does it.
Right.
So not a bad play call on 31 to convert for a first down.
So it's about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, just inside the 12.
Nice drive here by the Kings Knights. Clock is continuing to run. I don't see Williams in there. Hope he's okay.
Yeah, I don't see anybody getting training attention. Be a handoff to Stylesby, so brought down at the 10.
Short game. See, I don't see him. I don't see him. See him on this. To your point, Glenn, I don't see anybody administering any. Oh, he's back in now. He's back.
He just needed a
little breather.
Yeah.
He's gonna get the quick snap too.
That direct snap.
He keeps
Takes
it.
to Kohler. Big hole up the middle and right into the end zone. Great play call by the Kings Knights.
Wow, nice play. Well, they answer it. At this rate, we're probably going to have a 60 to 58 game.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah. At least, you know, it's back and forth. Here's a replay.
And you can see it's a direct snap.
When he keeps that ball, he keeps it in the belly of, what's that, number 11?
That's the quarterback, Kohler. He
Kohler,
fakes the handoff to him and
And
goes into the end zone untouched.
He froze the linebackers on that.
Extra point try is good. Kings back in front by one, 28-27, 2:18 remaining in the second quarter. Nice creative play calling there by the Kings Knights, or some pretty creative play calling there. Giving Williams a couple direct snaps.
Yeah. Yeah, the Eagles defense, again, were not able to force Kings to a punt. You know, this is going to be I sure hope that extra point doesn't come back at some point in time to haunt the Eagles in this game, because this has been back and forth, back and forth. You know, we've talked about halftime, adjustments. It's going to be interesting to see. I know we got 2 minutes left to go, so anything could happen. But it'll be interesting to see once the coaches get together and talk about what they're going to do to try to slow down these offenses.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting chess match. 2 veteran coaches. Andy Old has been here at Kings for a very long time. Tom Grippa, of course, in the high school community here for numerous years, as well as offensive coordinator at Mount St. Joe for a few years before coming back to Milford, coming back to the high school game at Milford. That kick is going to be out of bounds.
Again, between those 30s, we've seen the offenses of possession starting in relatively good field position. Looks like the rain has stopped. For now.
Yeah, definitely not as noticeable as it was. That is the
So here we go. It's Milford's going to take over. Johnson's going to be in the shotgun. We got dual wideouts to either side of the field. We got 2:18 to go until halftime. Looks like a blitz coming in here from Kings. There's a penalty on the field. Looks like it's going to be a legal procedure against the Eagles. So when those linebackers were coming in, it looks like the offensive guys flinched a little bit. Calls the procedure, so it's going to move that ball back 5 yards. Don't know who that was against, but nevertheless, it's 1st down and 15 from the Eagles' 30-yard line.
marching in the wrong direction.
Yes, they are.
Definitely don't want to do that. It's a very short clock, 2:18 remaining.
Yeah, Foster split out here to the left, Glenn. I haven't seen that tonight.
Yeah.
We got a blitz coming in from the end.
Yeah, it's picked up. Milford's going to go back over to that short side of the field, and the ball is dropped. Trying to get it to Kells. Rain starts to fall a little bit hard. A lot harder. 2:11.
Here's a I thought we were going to get a replay on that. But, there doesn't seem to be a sense of urgency. Milford taking a lot of time in between plays. We've done a broadcast before, and the hurry-up offense for them seems to really work well.
Johnson, a nice job of hanging in the pocket.
Intercepted.
The ball is tipped and intercepted back at the 45-yard line. The intercepting Kings player.
Stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, he stepped out of bounds. But what a turn of events.
Guess who intercepted that? Cheatham.
Well, that's what, number 6 on the year?
He is. There's a penalty back here, it looks like, Glenn. But regardless, that ball gets tipped up in the air. Cheatham is around the ball.
Yeah. Well, and Johnson, you'll see on the replay, hung in there, and the ball just got deflected coming across the middle. Here's the replay coming up now. Courtesy of the guys in the truck. Yeah, it was tipped. They were going to Foster.
Yeah, they were.
It was tipped by a Kings defender. Foster tipped it again and then intercepted by Cheatham.
There's the block in the back, too, right there. Nevertheless, a big turnover for the Eagles. Kings is going to take over with the ball in the actually, they're going to be at their own 41-yard line.
Yeah.
Plenty of time, Glenn.
Good field position.
Milford's defense got to buckle down now. They can't let him back in the end zone. Going to halftime with a little bit of momentum.
Heavy rain again. You see on your screen the Kings offense huddled up with their coaching staff as they begin another offensive drive here with 1:58 remaining in the second quarter. Receivers to the top, one to the bottom. Williams in the backfield with Kohler. Williams gets a handoff. Attempts to cut back, so they scamper out for about 3 yards.
King still has all three of their timeouts left.
Only had one timeout taken. That was by Milford.
There's a replay. Looks like Williams came up limping a little bit on that play.
They're going to try to hurry up and get this snap off.
Looks like somebody landed on him on that. There's another one to Williams.
He's okay, because that's going to be a first down and more as he continues to plow through white jersey defenders and advances the football into Milford territory. He'll be brought down at the 35-yard line.
It's a nice 22-yard pickup on that play. Again, he gets there, makes one move. There's a missed tackle. Boom, there's another missed tackle, and he goes down.
Yeah, a couple of them. He's good. If you make contact, you got to wrap him up, or he's going to make you pay.
Looks like there was thought there was a little movement in the backfield. Kings are probably going to call timeout. Yep, they're going to use their first timeout here with 1:07 to go until halftime. Kings taking their first timeout. They lost about 4 yards on that play. Maybe 3 yards. Yeah, sometimes you can overthink this stuff, you know what I mean? They tried to do a little fancy play.
Right.
Just the handoff to Williams, left side, right side, going between the tackles seemed to be working real well. Getting big chunks of yards.
You know, Milford has stopped Williams on occasion, but not on a consistent basis. So, not sure if it's because you're getting into, 2-minute drill or not. Here's a look at our Eastern Cincinnati Conference standings. Kings and Milford all tied at 4-0, 6-1 overall. As we said, the winner of tonight's game guaranteed at least a share. There's the Turpin Spartans working in third place.
Yep.
Our old friend Rob Page, former head coach at Reading, now the offensive coordinator for the Spartans. And another friend of ICRC, Kent McCulloch, head man out there for the Spartans.
2nd and 13 for the Kings Knights. He's looking deep. He's got a one-on-one. He's going to that corner. It's thrown out of bounds. Good coverage.
Yeah, Loudermilk covered, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah, Loudermilk on coverage. He used that sideline as an extra defender. We saw there, Kohler's got plenty of arm to get that ball down the field.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a replay. He's looking right and trying to get the defenders, and then he throws that ball up. Plenty of arm. Way out of bounds.
Jack McHugh, the target, tonight's leading receiver.
3rd down and 13.
Rare 3rd and long situation. I believe they converted one back early in the game. That situation we've seen Kings in a lot tonight.
Delayed
Give
handoff
to Williams. Yeah, spins off, is running the wrong way. Can the white jerseys arrive?
Nice.
And they do. Decision time for Andy Olds.
Well, I think he should punt that ball.
I'm not saying you're going to kick a field goal, but you're at your own 40-yard line.
Good pursuit here by the Eagles defense.
Yep. Yes.
And a good open field tackle. Got Loudermilk again? Yeah.
Yep, sure was.
He's not afraid to put his nose in there.
Sure is not. So mass substitutions.
They're going to punt, which I think is the right move here.
Mm-hmm.
Pin Milford back and make him go the full length of the field.
I haven't snapped the ball yet. It could be a fake partner.
Really?
Hey,
I guess it could
high
be.
school.
I guess.
Not quite Madden, but high school.
I guess.
You got a 52 seconds left. You know?
I'm not sure you're faking this, Glenn.
Well, I wouldn't bet on it either, but just you never know.
Yeah,
Go for the throw.
that's true.
Go up that lead a little bit going into halftime. Take some
Look at the
momentum
kids
in
running
with
around
you.
the field. Do they care it's raining? Do they care it's cold? Absolutely.
Mom and Dad care in the morning when you wake up. Just
Yeah. Worry about that in the morning.
worry about it when they wake up in the middle of the night saying you can't
That's
breathe.
true. That's true. That's true.
Oh, the days.
Yeah, those are long gone. All right.
4th and 15.
Milford's
punt
not believing.
situation.
They might be thinking your way, Glenn. They don't have anybody back.
It's, what are you going to do, right?
Well,
Trusting your punter to nail this one and not get a touchback. Does a pretty decent job of
Yeah.
it. Kings hustles down. It takes a Knight's bounce. Can they
went
get
into the
there?
end zone.
And just a step too late, it goes into the end zone for the touchback.
That was a nice kick.
Yeah. That's what I said. I was going to say, high school punter maybe not be able to do that. He proved me wrong as soon as he kicked it. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Gotta wonder if there's not a wet field if Kings doesn't get there in time to slap that ball back in play, keep it out of the end zone.
So what do you do if you're Milford here, Glenn? You're putting it up?
I think I'm looking for Dylan Hughes.
All right. He's been quiet here after a first couple series of the game, right?
Yeah, Kings has definitely put the clamps on him. But
Yeah, they've bottled him up. Let me see
some other options out there. Jake Ayler, we've called his name a couple times, but not a ton tonight.
Well, look what we got right now. This is Johnson should be licking his chops. He's got single coverage on Hughes on the far side. And let's see if that safety's going to cheat over to help him out.
Weirman and Ayler on the
he's
bottom.
Cheating.
Hand off to Kells.
I guess that answered that question.
Yeah, he's going to advance the ball up to the 26. Time to take a shot downfield. We got 2 timeouts.
It looks like Coach Griffin's going to take it in halftime.
Kells.
Here's his replay.
Yep, nice job of cutting back inside, finding a gap.
I don't know why you don't go to Hughes. Giving it to Kells.
Maybe that's why. One man to beat.
There you go!
Yeah. Cameron Kells is going to be forced out of bounds at the 33-yard line. So that's why.
I guess.
8 seconds now. Now you know Hunter Johnson can get one into the end zone. At least one plays, maybe 2.
Yeah, nice run by Kells.
Our cam op gave you a great shot the hard way.
There you go. That a way to hang in there.
He'll get a helmet sticker after the game. got a Coney before the game. He gets a helmet sticker after.
And a pat on the back.
That's an award winner right there.
So you got to throw the ball in the end zone. Here they come.
Yep.
Here comes the blitz.
Comes the
Kells
pressure.
picks it up. Nice by Kells.
Johnson goes deep, but
Wow.
offline of his intended receiver. I assume it's going to be Dylan Hughes over there.
That was huge, yeah.
Hughes did a nice job of coming back to the football, but couldn't quite get there. So they burned 6 seconds. 2 seconds left. Johnson, I'm just terribly impressed by his poise under pressure tonight.
Yeah.
Kings has been coming at him all night, and he doesn't appear to be too rattled.
No. And again, Kells was able to pick up that blitzer from the left side and give him that extra split second to get that ball. And to your point, Glenn, Hughes was inches away from getting that ball.
So let's go back and take a look at the play before on the Kells run. Yeah, there's our camera operator in the gray raincoat right there, and Kells stiff arms the lens on the camera.
I'll tell you, that's dedication out there.
I think our technical guy back at the studio just might have just lost his breath a little bit. Eric Johan, one of the best cam ops in the business, for what my opinion matters, and
I think
a great shot right there. A couple guys in this town I know that when they're on a camera are going to give you great shots, and Eric Johan is one of them.
Good job, Eric. All right, last play in this first half.
Sneaky's good.
It's got to be to Hughes.
He's a quiet guy. Sneaky. All right, last play, we presume, barring a penalty. 2 seconds left. One receiver to the bottom, 2 to the top. Kells in the backfield.
Kings is coming. Here they come. Here they come.
Kells, that blitz got by him. Johnson might have been hit as he throws. That's a little bit of a wounded duck.
Incomplete.
The pass is incomplete, and the pass will end. So Kells couldn't quite get that oncoming defender. It may have rattled Johnson's arm a little bit. But at the half, Milford Eagles 27, Kings Knights 28.
Well, go ahead, Glenn. If the second half is anything like the first half, don't go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
This will be fun.
We're going to step away for halftime. We'll be back with the third quarter. Just a few moments. You're watching Friday Night Football on ICRC-TV Sports.
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew?
Don't do him like that, Uncle Drew!
You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door.
Sorry about that.
You just did this. Nah, gotta get the boys.
Your dream vacation and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at acretirement.org.
We do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie. Nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Titans go!
When the Teen Titans go to the movies, they know the best way to travel is safely. To keep your child safe, be sure to use the right car seat for their age and size.
Exactly. Hollywood, here we come! The Atom has arrived! Have a seat, my dude.
For more information on finding the right seat, visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Impressive.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Clark Kellogg. I've attended basketball games from coast to coast over the years as a participant, broadcaster, parent, and fan. And believe me, I've seen my share of unsporting behavior. The purpose of school sports is for kids to have fun, develop their skills, and learn lessons that will last a lifetime. So when you attend a school contest, please keep that in mind. Remember to behave in a way that reflects positively on your child, your school, and your community. Let's respect the game.
This message.
Welcome back for the second half. We're going to give you a quick stats update. Michael Orienton.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Just look at a couple key things. The number of plays evened out a little bit. Milford's got 39 for 285. Kings has got 33 for 206. As far as rushing, again, no surprise. Williams, 16 carries, 139. Cameron Kells has got a quiet 100 yards on 14 carries. We're looking at passing, not a big surprise. Kohler's just 1 for 4 for 19 yards. Hunter, on the other hand, is 9 for 20, 172, and 1 TD. His longest is a 60. Hughes has caught 3 for 71. Ayler, 2 for 34. What else stands out here? Third down, 3 for 5 for Milford, 1 for 3 for Kings.
Ball's loose, Mike. Vince Ringland kicked it to Nakeeman Williams. Fumbled the football, yes, and it is recovered by Dakota Frank.
There you go. Sorry, Glenn, I didn't see that start.
That's why I hated to interrupt you, but
heck, I was on a roll. He might have been there for 15 minutes.
Pretty big turn of events here. Kings had won the toss and deferred to get that ball back, and a fumble on the kickoff return puts the Milford offense on the field here right off the bat.
In a short field at that, to boot.
Yep, ball is spotted at Kings 38-yard line. Another special teams
There you
play
go,
is
yep.
going to factor in, one would presume.
3 facets of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. You got to be good at all of them.
One to the top,
Here
two
comes
to
a
the
blitz.
bottom. Yeah,
Johnson gets it away.
that's number 3. Jacob Weirman calls that one in.
Haven't called his name much tonight. Regardless, nice pickup on the play.
You gotta hurt yourself with that blitz call because Kings is doing it every
I'm
play.
telling you,
They are
man.
not going to make
No.
life comfortable in Hunter Johnson, as we've talked about a few times.
No, and Johnson got the ball away, as you can see, real quick. There was one-on-one coverage out there. You know, you go off on that blitz, and Kels can break that line of scrimmage, and you got problems.
Stylesky, easy for me to say. With the tackle, it's a handoff to Kels, who's going to get a first down. He powers up to the 26-yard line, I believe is where they're going to spot this one, and close enough.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Kels had 100 yards in the first half. Longest of being 42, and he's right around his average of 7 yards a carry.
Knew Kels was going to get his yards and be a factor. First and 10 for the Eagles.
Here they come again.
Fake the handoff to Kels. Pass is complete.
Foster.
That's Foster.
Oh, did he get in?
Oh, did he lose the ball?
He might have lost the ball. No, they're saying he's down.
I thought he was down, but no.
That's very reminiscent of the one. What was that, the Steelers game?
Yep, absolutely.
They're huddling down there.
Well, the referees are going to have a conference and talk about it. So let's go back and look at it on replay while they sort it out. They're breaking up now, so I think the call is going to stand. And it's going to be Milford ball, first and goal.
Almost like a jump pass.
Yeah, fooled our camera guys a little bit. Foster got, he was down when that ball came out. He slammed down. His knees were down, so good call by the officials.
Nice catch and run by Foster.
But first and goal from the 1. Let's see if Johnson sneaks back up under center and gets a push. The interior of that line has been doing a good job tonight. The center and guards have done a great job for Milford, for Kels and for Johnson.
He's in the shotgun. Here they come.
Kels.
He's thrown for a loss. I don't like that. Seriously, you've seen those third and shorts, and they get up under the center and they push the wow. He lost 2 yards.
Yep, so a couple steps backwards, or yards backwards in this case, for the Eagles. Second and goal.
Look who's in that fullback position there. Foster, number 85.
Told you we might see that tonight. Now Johnson's going to sneak up under center. They're going to try to get a push from behind.
See, let's wait for
and there's the touchdown.
Yep. I guess Coach Grippa heard me.
Sure, he'll be sure to give you all the credit in the post-game presser.
I'm sure he will. I think he's got our headphones mic'd or bugged. There's the push.
Yeah, well, that's just a mass of humanity. Yeah. That's the only way to describe that.
Well, Milford takes advantage of that turnover by Kings.
All right, so Grace Hurdle's out to kick. We've got the odd thing that Milford does where the linemen are out to the left. Now they're going to come back into a traditional formation. The Kings defenders are going to follow them. Hurdle's going to line up for the kick. Milford ahead by 5, trying to make it 6 on the Hurdle kick. The pressure's going to come from Kings. Boy, they're getting in on that left side just about every time. And Hurdle's kick is no good. It's wide right.
Well, number 26, Ty Stowski, he's been close on all of those extra points.
I agree.
And you know what happens? It gets in the head after a while, right? So why are they not putting somebody out there to block on it?
Yeah.
Nevertheless, 5-point game.
Good question, Mike. I agree with you. And an interesting 5-point game now. Still a 1-possession game, but now a touchdown puts Kings ahead without the extra point.
Right.
They kick an extra point, it's 2. They go for 2 and are successful. It's 3.
Yep. Well, my guess is we're not going to see any field goal attempts here tonight.
Well, unless you're down to the closing seconds of the game, and that's all Milford has, as we've said. Not that I could see that they've attempted any field goals this year, according to the ECC website.
That's pretty amazing, actually. Well, with their offense, they can score. So, heck, they did a 4th and 9 down here and turned it over, and Kings took it in for a touchdown.
One's kick is going to go to the near side and be fielded at the 25-yard line. Be turned out for about 8 yards.
So Kings is going to take over decent field position. Milford took advantage of the opening kickoff fumble in the second half. Had a short field again, took it in. See what Kings is going to do here.
Ty Stylesky with the return for the Knights.
Haven't seen a lot of substitutions on either side of the ball tonight. Milford's staying. Looks like they're staying with their starting 11.
Dance with the girl who brung you, as the saying goes.
Here we go.
Just made an English teacher cringe. Kohler's going to keep it himself. Has room on the right side. He's going to be brought down after a gain of about 8 yards.
You know, we talked about those first half statistics. Kohler only put the ball up 4 times.
Yeah,
it seemed more than 4, but it was only 4.
And it was all early.
Yeah.
Right?
Right, yeah, those first series or 2.
Coming into the game, he'd only completed 62 of 107. It's a quick pass.
Right on cue.
Slot receiver, and that'll be a first down, and the ball's going to move into Milford territory. It's Jacob Elam, number 10.
Loudermilk on coverage there, and it was good coverage, but you know, give the credit to Kohler. He put the ball right where it needed to be, right on the numbers.
Well, I don't know if you had a chance to get down to the bottom of the stat sheet because of the turnover, but Dustin Loudermilk, 6 unassisted tackles in the first half.
We've called his name a lot.
A lot.
There's Williams. Oh, bounces it outside.
Yeah,
again.
Well, sooner or later, you got to go north-south, and he tried to bounce it out again, as Mike said, and the Eagle defense caught up to him, but nonetheless, it's going to be a gain of about 4 yards. Called 3 officially.
You know, Glenn, we talked about first half adjustments, and it looks so far, it looks like both teams are coming out with the same strategy on offense, and they're basically staying with their strengths.
Kohler, handoff to Williams, fakes the pass. Williams gets the edge.
Stiff arm.
Yeah, and he's going to step out of bounds just shy of the 30-yard line. They're going to mark him out at the 28.
Here's a replay. Again, Williams got that very quick speed to be able to get to that corner. Makes one man miss, stiff arms, turns it up for first down.
Yeah, got through 3 yards after that stiff arm. 8:37, the clock stopped after the ball carrier stepped out of bounds. 1st and 10 for the Knights, driving into Eagles territory. Kohler keeps it himself.
Gets a big chunk on that.
Yeah, real close to a first down. So we said he's a threat on the ground, and he's definitely proven that tonight. So it's going to set up a 2nd and very short. Not even a yard from my eyes.
Yeah, Milford, I tell you, they're stacking that box over there, and you know the Kohler and Williams are making good moves to get past that first line of defense. We got interesting over here on the left side, Glenn. We got one-on-one. I wondered if Kohler's going to look over here to the left side.
Nope, Williams is going to get the ball and be stacked up in the backfield. Milford was ready for that one.
Good pursuit by the Eagles defense.
Yeah, that wasn't Williams, excuse me. That was number 26, Stylesky.
Number 5 on the tackle, Caleb Johns, on the bottom of that pile for the Eagles. Came from his defensive back position. Here's to be in on that tackle.
3rd and 4. Knights trending back in the wrong direction for the moment.
Yeah, this is four down territory regardless. Milford's looks like they're going to come on a blitz. Here they come.
Kohler, yeah, keep it himself. Williams.
Oh, good effort.
Yeah, took care of one set of blockers, and Kohler found a hole to the right of him, and he's going to get out for the first down.
Well, he put his head down, and he barreled into that to get that extra yards to move the chains. Well, let's see. Maybe it isn't, Glenn. Oh, yeah, there it is. There's the spot.
Yeah, I thought he got there, and we're going to see that on a replay. Here you see Williams picks up one block. Stylesky bounces out, or excuse me, Kohler bounces out, finds a hole, squirts through, first down.
Oh, he's got a nose for that yard marker.
Yeah, a little bit of experience under that helmet.
Trips to the left.
It's going to be a dump off over to the left
lateral
side. Boy, Kings wants a pass interference because the receiver was wrapped up and being brought to the ground before the ball was even there, and no indication of a flag coming.
Yeah, let's see here. Let's watch this, Glenn. We're going to see this.
It's well before the ball gets there, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
That's not even close.
Yeah, no.
Luckily for Kings, the ball went out of bounds. Because to your point, I believe that would have been a lateral.
It looked close, didn't it?
Yeah, so 2nd and 10. They ruled an well, the ball went out of bounds. So. Oh, they got Milford to jump, so there's a free play. And Kohler's going to take advantage of it. Fires one down the middle. He's got a man wide open. Boy, they caught the Milford defense sleeping on that one.
Yeah.
And it was going to be a free play nonetheless.
Touchdown, Kings. Boy, good route run out there, and he was wide open. And
That'll get the Kings faithful back on their feet. So you see he's looking left, then he looks right, and there's that receiver leaking out. By his own, so
number
19, Gabe Hunt. Second leading receiver coming into this game. Only had 1 touchdown.
Well, he was wide open
coming into tonight's game. Well, he was, yeah. There was, I don't know if that was just some ad-libbing by him, but Milford totally out of position on that. Kings is going to go for 2, as we talked about. Kohler's going to keep it himself.
They got it.
And he's going to get in there.
So now it's a 3-point game.
Yep.
So Kings gets the ball. They answered the touchdown by Milford, so it's deja vu all over again, isn't it?
Yep.
We've seen that before. We got about halfway through the third period, or the third quarter, and it's a 3-point game, 36-33.
Well, as I talked about, they go for 2. It's now a field goal game.
Yep.
And again, I'll repeat it. Milford has not attempted a field goal kick this year, and now the deficit is 3 points. So burden's going to fall to the Milford offense to get back in front and try to stay there.
Yeah, and to your point, Glenn, they've not attempted a field goal this year. Boy, wouldn't that be something if they had to attempt a field goal to tie the game or win the game?
In the rain
and cold, right. I'm sure they practice it, but nevertheless, it's a lot different when it's under game conditions.
Yeah.
And there's stress out, there's the pressure of making a field goal.
And we talked about this. Teams have been practicing in warm weather all season since camp opened in late July. They've not had an opportunity to practice in cold and moist conditions. And C.T. Phillips just laid out somebody over here near the Kings sideline, and they're losing their mind down there about it.
Well, how about that? Somebody kicked the ball into the end zone.
It should be a delay game like we were talking about. It's Gabe Hicks who got laid out by Phillips. But yeah, I'm sure you'll read about it online or elsewhere. An odd situation happened at the end of the half in the Anderson-Turpin game where Anderson had stopped Turpin, or into the first half. Anderson stops Turpin. Turpin gets a delay of game penalty, or Anderson gets a delay of game penalty. Turpin proceeds to score on the untimed down to take a lead into halftime.
Interesting. First time either of the teams have started at their own 20-yard line. So Milford's got a long field ahead of them.
And Foster's going to back out and go in motion to the top of the formation.
Surprise, here comes King. Hand up to Kells.
Kells is going to get 5 yards.
Nice.
A little more than 5. We'll see if Tom Grippa wants to start to play a little bit of keep away and try to use Kells a little bit more. And you see Kells.
Interesting tackle there.
Say that might, man. You see the rain having an impact. They're trying to keep these footballs as dry as they can.
Yeah.
Once that moisture gets into the leather or whatever material they use in these game balls, it's tough to get out. And rain also took one of our cameras out, our end zone cam.
Johnson looking deep. He's got him open. Oh, he was wide open.
Jake Ayler.
He was wide open. It had plenty of green in front of him.
Sure did. It's going to stop the clock on the incompletion. 6:02 in the third, so just about halfway through this quarter. Johnson again with the poise.
Just a little overthrown.
Yeah, led Ayler a little bit too much. 3rd and 5. Third down, been mixed results for Milford tonight. At the half, they were 3 of 5 on third down conversion.
Here they come again.
This pass is going to be caught. That's Ayler.
Boy, tell you what, Johnson made one heck of a throw on that, Glenn. He threw, across the field like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was a nice play. Very nice play. Good route run by Ayler.
Johnson just impeccable time and getting rid of that ball and the pressure. We can't say it enough. And Ayler converts.
Boy, the Milford receivers have really got good hands.
They're loaded. We talked about it in the pregame. They're just loaded.
Yeah. Here comes comes Hughes.
Hughes in motion. He gets the ball. Big play earlier. And couldn't quite get past the second level there, but it's going to be close to a first down, about a yard, yard and a half shy.
Here's a replay of that. And by the way, that Hughes had only touched the ball three times prior to that.
There's a flag down at the
is there? Oh, there it is. Holding on the Eagle.
Well, I was just about to say, if you're going to take Dylan Hughes out of the passing game, Tom Grippa will use him in the run game, but penalties don't help.
No, you talk about penalties, Glenn. Through the first half of the game, Milford had 3 for 20, and Kings had 5 for 45, and we know a couple of those big ones on the Kings part of it. Nevertheless, penalties are drive killers at times. Fortunately, that happened on first down, so it's gonna be 1st and 20. That neglected a nice run by Hughes. They got to get the ball more to him the second half.
Well, that was the point I was making. He's getting covered well in the pass game, so get it to him in the run game. Try to take advantage of his athleticism.
I tell you what, Kings is always
dangerous across the middle. But
that's incomplete. Incomplete.
To hit the ground. Yeah, they went to Dylan Hughes.
Yeah, Kings is coming about every other play they're blitzing, trying to put the pressure on Johnson.
I told you were going to get a sore throat talking about that blitz.
Well,
it's been a steady diet of it, to your point, though.
Yeah, and to your...
Turn over.
That was a very dangerous throw because, that gets tipped and it ends up in the hands of one of the Kings defenders in a short field. So it's going to be 2nd and 20.
Referee's mic is open. That's why you're getting that extra crowd noise. You're going to hear it on a whistle here in a second.
Oh, is that a fumble? That is a fumble.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So
oh, man.
The Kings Knights are going to take over in fantastic field position with a 3-point lead and now a short field with which to work. 1st and 10 from the Milford 20-yard line.
Well, that pressure's been there all night.
Sure has.
Fortunately, prior to this, the defenders have been able to pick up those blockers. There are just too many coming.
Yep.
Comes from his blind side. Oh, no, comes from the front side.
Johnson's done a nice job of staying in there with the pressure, but if you don't, when you get hit like that, you can hang in the pocket all you want. You try to throw the football, bad things are going to happen.
Yep.
So.
Turnover goes to Kings.
Maybe a learning experience there for Mr. Johnson to tuck it and take the sack. But now you give Kings a very short field to work with. Williams is going to dive up the middle for about 9 yards.
They're going to get Williams and Williams and Williams.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't.
No, not
Williams,
at this point in time.
maybe a Kohler, but
I mean, he's got 8 yards on that carry.
Make it a 2-possession game.
Yeah. Yeah, at that point in time, then trading touchdowns isn't going to work for you.
No.
Another handoff to Williams. He's going to be short.
Going to be close.
Yeah, looks like he'd be about a yard short.
Going to be close. Less than a yard, I think.
Yep.
Number 6, Nicky Williams, makes it to the 11. It'll be 3rd down.
So it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Yeah. Good eyes, Mike.
Yep.
Better than me.
Yeah.
3:42.
That's what these no-line bifocals do for you. You'll be there, don't worry.
No, I got him fixed, and I still can't tell, man.
See, it snapped it to Williams. We've seen that before.
He's
in.
A touchdown, yeah. That is going to be a 12-yard touchdown run.
Boy, that play is worked numerous times for Kings.
Sure it has. Milford has no answer for it.
Boy, oh boy, nice. Just watch. He's patient. He waits for an opening, and then kaboom, he's in.
9-point lead now for the Knights. They'll line up for the extra point and try to make it 10. Assuming they don't fake it.
This extra point, they're not going to fake it. Yeah, it is. It's crucial. Really crucial.
Well, they could almost catch Milford with too many players on the field there. Good snap.
Plenty of leg.
with 3:25 remaining. Kings 43, Milford 33.
Well, the largest lead of the night, Glenn, at 10 points for Kings.
I'd say a strange turn of events, but for Eagles fans, an unfortunate turn of events. And all of a sudden, the Knights are out in front by 10. And as a reminder, the winner of this game guaranteed at least a share of the ECC title. Things not getting any easier for Milford. Next week, they go to West Claremont before ending at home with Turpin. Kings off to Loveland next week.
Now, we've done the Loveland game a couple weeks ago. Milford put 71 on them. I know each Friday night is separate from one, but you know, I think Milford's going to have a tougher battle next week than Kings will have with Loveland.
I would agree.
But nevertheless, let's finish this game. This is far from over. Milford needs to drive here. They got to put some points on the board.
Oh, and they got to keep the Kings offense off the field. So. Into the end zone for a touchback. So good decision by Loudermilk to let that one go instead of trying to field it inside the 5.
I like Kings' change of philosophy on the kickoffs, Glenn. No more of the pooches. They're putting them deep.
Yeah.
That's one of the adjustments they've made since halftime.
Their defense is doing the job. Yeah, I mean they're getting pressure on Johnson all night long, who really hasn't been terribly rattled by it. There you see the current situation for those lucky enough to be out in those cold metal aluminum bleachers. It's cold and rainy. That's raw.
Yeah.
Press box, however, is toasty.
Don't rub it in.
That's why I do this.
All right, so here we go. Milford's got to answer. Here they come.
Pitch to Kells. Kells can't get the edge. He's almost bottled up in the backfield, and that's going to be a gain of maybe a yard.
I think that's a smart play on Milford's side. You know, the last 3 or 4 times Johnson went back to throw, and he's been pressured. Run the ball a little bit. I know they only got a yard, but they gotta keep going forward.
Well, sooner or later, Kells is going to break one. You would think.
Right.
So may not get it all in the first play, but that doesn't mean go away from it. Obviously. Johnson's going to call for the snap. Here comes a little bit of a low snap. He's able to field it though. Pressure
there's
coming
another
from
fumble
behind, and that's going to be a turnover, I would think.
Let's see. Wait for the call. Wow.
And it is 2 offensive series in a row. Hunter Johnson is hit and gives up the football, and Kings with even better position as a result this time than they had on the last go-round. It's going to be 1st and 10 from their own 15.
Both of the pressures came from the same side. Yeah, see, it started off with the ball on the ground, and then boom, number 8 came in unblocked.
So it makes you wonder if that hesitation with the low snap was not a contributing factor. We saw a bad high snap earlier, and now the low snap, and Johnson gives the football up. So it's not been the interceptions tonight, it's been the fumbles.
There's another direct snap to Williams.
We
know
what
where
that
going.
means.
He's going left.
He's going to the house.
Oh, he actually hands it off.
Yeah. It's going to go in the house nonetheless, though.
Touchdown. Wow.
One. Well,
wow.
You can start to hear some coffin nails starting to tap slightly. Jake Stilsky.
You talk about a change of events over the last 3 or 4 minutes, Glenn. This game went from back and forth to all of a sudden Kings is going to potentially be up 17 points with just a couple minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Milford looks all out of sorts right now.
Their offense is just way out of whack.
All out of sorts. Nothing's working. The Kings' pressure is getting the better of the offensive line, to say the least. They almost know what Milford's going to call before the play is run.
The Sharks smell blood in the water.
Yep, extra point is good. 50 to 33. Well, we said in the pregame that Milford doesn't give up a lot of points, and they're proving us wrong.
Well, listen. I have to say, at this point in time, Milford's got to put. They got to this possession. They've got to put some points on the board.
Yeah.
If they don't and turn that ball over to Kings, you're right. There could be another nail in that coffin.
Well, it's, you know,
And 17 points is a huge deficit to overcome in this game.
there's plenty of time left. There's 14 minutes, but Milford's opportunity to make mistakes has left town and it's long gone. They've got to play keep away and they've got to get points.
Yeah, they don't have choice now. They got to turn this in to something, and it can't be 3. It's got to be 7s.
Couple of down years for Kings in the past, but you knew Andy Olds would get his team playing well again, and indeed they are.
Well, you can just look at the body language on one sideline compared to the other.
Loudermilk's going to catch it or field it at the 5, make his way back to the middle of the field. He's going to be hit from behind and brought down around the 27-yard line.
Well, here's the situation, Glenn. Milford's they're 17 points down. So what do you think they're going to have to do? They got to throw the ball, right? So all of a sudden now, the defense of Kings are licking their chops, knowing that they got them right where they want them.
Well, it's not panic time, but it's urgent time.
Yeah.
And it's up to you to decide the difference, but Milford definitely has to get points on this drive. They cannot afford to turn the ball over or punt it away. Have to get points. Going to go back to Cameron Kells, who has a big hole up the middle.
Nice
makes
block by
his way
Hughes.
to the right side, crosses midfield, still on his feet. He's going to be forced out of bounds just shy of the Kings' 30-yard line. So how about that for a change in field position?
That's
about a 45, yeah.
Yeah, 50 yards or so. Yep.
Well, you got to go to your guys who you know can get the job done, and they go right back to Kells.
Nice block here by Hughes.
Yep.
That freed him for about another 20 yards.
Yep, he makes
There's a
defender
stiff
miss there, yeah. Before he's finally forced out of bounds, not even tackled. We're going to go right back to him. He's going to dive inside the 30-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 2 yards. Kells. Well, 2 yards is better than going backwards.
Yeah, or fumbling the ball.
Yeah. Having a quarterback get hit from behind, give it up.
I could see Johnson trying to get a big chunk of yards here. Got one-on-one coverage on the left side. Got double wide out over there.
And they like that short side of the field, and that's Hughes, but no, it's going to be
Kells
back up the middle, who barrels his way to the 25-yard line. So that's going to set up 3rd and a long 3.
Boy, the Kings defense has come out here in the second half, and they've buckled it down a little bit. You know, they've made some stops, created some turnovers, so got to give them credit for that.
Yep. Would agree. The battle of the halftime adjustments definitely seems to be going to the Knights. Johnson with time, but he and Dylan Hughes weren't on the same page as he threw it behind Dylan Hughes. So now opportunity for a 4th down conversion, and no luxury for Milford. They are 0 for 1 on their 4th down conversion tries in this game.
It looked like Johnson thought Hughes was going to stop. Hughes did a fake and kept going towards the corner of the end zone. So obviously, to your point, Glenn, not on the same page, but they better be on this play.
Well, Milford obviously has to go for it, and they need to convert to keep their slim hopes alive. They're going to pass the ball. Johnson with good protection gets it to Hughes. That will be a 1st down. So Milford lives to fight for at least a few more plays, and they are now into the red zone. Ball's going to be spotted at the 17-yard line of the Kings Knights.
Milford's got it. You know, this quarter's almost over. Milford's got it. You know, they're taking quite a bit of time in between plays. They got to get a little sense of urgency here.
Yeah, I don't disagree, especially with the Kings running game able to play keep away.
Right, and you know they're not gonna put the ball up in the air, because if the pass is incomplete when Kings gets a ball, the clock stops.
Ball's actually spotted on the 18. They fake the handoff to Kells. Johnson with one of the few carries that he has gotten this year, and it's going to be good for about 4 yards. As we said, he doesn't run the ball a lot.
No, and you know why? That wasn't very pretty.
13 attempts for 14 yards coming into tonight's game.
2nd and 6. There's a handoff to Kells. Nice
Kells,
move.
yep. He's going to get there.
Is he in?
Nope.
Looks like he's just short.
Those referees are loving that 1-inch line
I was
tonight,
going to say, that's about the third or fourth time we've spotted that ball right there on the 1-inch line.
That's at least the third. Quite possibly the fourth.
Here's a replay of that. Nice move here, Kells. Again, he's got that ability of making tacklers miss him. He's going to cut to the left. 1, 2, 3 guys. It's the end of the third quarter, Glenn.
Well, Kings are ups for a 22-point third quarter, while Milford was only able to score 6.
Yeah. Hence, you got 17-point lead.
Yeah, 52-33. Gonna take a look at a couple of touchdowns and a turnover and a couple more touchdowns here on a little highlight reel. And as a reminder, you can catch tonight's game and all of our action at ICRC-TV.com, ICRC-TV.com. See Kohler, this was where he threw back across the field and caught that defender for Milford out of position. Here's Johnson with a turnover as he's hit when he tries to release the ball. Here's Williams going to dance his way into the end zone. Here's Johnson on the low snap, and it'll be another turnover. Would result in another Kings touchdown.
Yeah, those series of plays right there, that's so far the big difference in this game.
Yep.
So Milford's going to be right down about the half-yard line of Kings.
Like I said, the referees love that 1-inch line or whatever it is tonight.
I hope they put Johnson under center, put Foster as a fullback.
Foster's out there in the fullback position.
See if Johnson's going to jump up there under center. That play has worked numerous times for him tonight.
Well,
other than the one time they snapped it over Kell's head.
Well, yeah, there's that in the same end zone. Johnson calls for the ball. Tries to give it to Kells, who stood up at the 4-yard line. So a loss of 3. Milford trending in the wrong direction. Kings almost knew that play was
I was
going
to say.
I mean, that one didn't have a chance from the moment it was snapped.
Now now they're going to have to. That under center is not going to work for them. You got Hughes, and who's that? Ayler to the right there. Yeah. This could be a little flare out to Kells on the left side, especially if they can get him isolated one-on-one with a linebacker or something.
Kells gets the carry,
Nice.
dances his way into the end zone for a touchdown. 11-18 in the fourth quarter. A 4-yard touchdown run.
I'm going to give you a pretty interesting stat right now, okay?
Go ahead.
Through 3 quarters, here's the replay on Kells.
Hurdle out for the extra point try while the replay is rolling.
Here's an interesting stat. Cameron Kells has carried the ball 22 times for 173 yards. Williams has carried it 21 times for 174 yards.
Holy cow.
Would you have thought that?
That's amazing.
I mean, you would have thought Williams had many more yards, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting how that all leveled itself out.
I mean, Kells we've definitely called his name tonight. He's gotten a lot of carries, but it's been, I believe you said earlier, a quiet 100 yards at halftime.
Yeah. See anything else that stands out here? Milford's leading in yards, 401 to 307, because they've had those two short fields. Those two short fields, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
Penalties, 4 for Milford, and 5 for Kings. Kings have settled down in that penalty area. They haven't had any penalties in the second half.
Brian Stevens, 8 total tackles, 2 unassisted, 6 assists. And Caleb Johns, 3 and 4 for Milford. Jake Stylski, 5 and 3 for 8 for Kings, and Devin Squires, 5 and 3 unassisted and assisted tackles.
All right, so Milford answers the touchdown. They're down 10 points. They got to hold them here, Glenn.
Fair statement.
And Kings is going to run the ball with Kohler and Williams.
Stilski.
And Stilski.
Sorry about mispronouncing his name earlier in the broadcast, and his brother, we presume. Kick is going to be fielded at the 15-yard line and advanced out to the 26.
Ball returned by number 39, John Flincham. Gets the ball
39,
right at the 26-yard line.
Flincham.
First down for the
There's
Knights.
a sophomore on the return for the Kings Knights.
So you think Milford's going to maybe stack that box to try to get, keep Williams from breaking that first line of containment?
Well,
I mean, they're going to have to do something because they can't allow him to get in that open field.
yeah, Kings hasn't exactly had a prolific passing attack, but guess we would find out if they do, if that's the way Milford chooses to go. It's going to be a jet sweep.
It's number 10.
For the Knights, it's Jacob Elam.
Jacob Elam gets up to about the 33-yard line. Where will be second down for the Knights?
Pick up 7 yards. Second and 3.
Kings is going to take as much time as they can in between plays. They're going to let that play clock go down to 2 or 3 or whatever before they snap that ball. Plenty of time.
10-point lead and 10:40 and counting. Milford still with a full complement of timeouts, as is Kings.
Hand off to Williams.
Well, problem is you stack him in the box and he gets through it. Then what do you do, right?
Yeah.
First down, big gainer for Williams. Gets the ball out past the 45-yard line. Looks like it's going to be spotted just past the 45.
Now you can see. I think that's the wrong replay, but nevertheless. Williams, again, Kings likes to run to that short side. Looks like, Milford's stacking that short side a little bit over there, but he's still able to get through.
Might have a mismatch in coverage over here.
Kohler keeps it. Looks to me like he meant to hand that ball off to number 10. Elam.
Stacked up just shy of midfield, so it'll be a 4-yard plus gain.
They get out there and smack hands. I think there was probably something going on there.
Yeah.
It's like Kohler's like, sorry, man, I should have given it to you.
4-yard gain is not bad on first down. Keeps you on schedule, 2nd and 6.
Yeah. Clock continues to run.
Ball spotted.
Well, they reset that clock. That's interesting.
Ball spotted at midfield, maybe just shy of it, but the nose of the football is touching the 50-yard line. Kings needs to get to the Milford 44.
Yeah, they're going up to the line of scrimmage with about 10 seconds to go into the play.
Look like they're mall walking. They're going so slow up the line. Hand off to Elam again. Nope, that was
26.
Stilsky. Ty Stilsky.
Nice gain of 9. Milford defense looks like they're getting a little tired out there, Glenn.
Just shy.
They're walking a little slow out there. Might be time for Coach Grippa to get some fresh bodies out there, at least to give some of those starters a break. It's a snap to Williams. He keeps it. There's that spin move.
Good spin move. Advances it inside the 40-yard line. And can't remember if you touched on it or not, but time of possession, almost a 2-minute advantage for Milford through 3 quarters. So defense can't complain about being on the field too much.
You're right.
Other than a couple of short fields.
Short fields, right.
And he didn't get a chance to fully rest.
Kings, this offensive series for Kings is being played to the T. They're taking as much time as they need to. They're really milking the clock. We're down to a little over 8 minutes to go. Williams going to keep it again.
Going to be wrapped up and can't spin out of that one.
Guess
that
who?
was Dustin Loudermilk.
Guess who? Loudermilk again. So Glenn, as we're winding down here, if the score continues the way it is, and Milford's got to go to West Claremont next week, what do you think? What do you think the likelihood of Milford and Kings making the playoffs this year?
Oh, very good. Well, Kings currently number 1 in Division II, Region 8. So would essentially think they're not quite a lock, but getting pretty close.
When we think about Milford.
Milford, I think a pretty good shot. I mean, I think West Claremont's down a little bit from this year compared to last year. The Turpin game is going to be a struggle. Turpin Spartans much improved this year. Coach Kent McCulloch's second year.
Yeah, we saw they're 5-1 overall. So yeah, after Kings and
yeah, so these are your Division I, Region 4 Harbin ratings.
Yeah, you see Milford 6 there.
Number 6, Drew Pastor projecting them to be a 5.
And there's Kings right there.
Yeah, Kings number 1 in Division 2, Region 8.
So barring a fall apart by both of these teams, we should get a chance to see them. There goes Kohler into the touchdown
zone for a touchdown. 34-yard touchdown run by the quarterback at 6:59. Something Milford could not afford to do.
No. Here's a replay. I don't think he got touched on this. He takes it around the right end. Again, some good blocking upfield. See some really nice sustained blocks, and again, he goes completely untouched into the end zone.
And taking good care of that football, even though he wasn't touched. Tell he's well coached. Kings will line up for the extra point try. Good snap. Kick is up. And good.
Back out to a 17-point lead.
Well,
yep.
A little bit of a wake-up call for the Milford Eagles. I don't think they thought they were going to come in and give up 57 points.
Nope.
Counting.
Nope.
Through 3.5 quarters of football tonight. Coach Tommy Grippa, some work to do with that defense heading into those last 2 games that we talked about.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, in a lot of cases this year, at least the few games that we've done with Milford, the score has been reversed, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah, they've not had to play from behind other against Princeton, which ultimately ended up being a Milford win due to the forfeit issue.
Exactly.
The Fairmont game was a lot closer this year than last year. That was a 7-point game, but go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just going to say it's this is new territory for them, right? So
some of the Milford faithful have had enough.
Yeah,
they're streaming to the exits, as you can see, the top left corner of your screen.
Well,
boys, we love you, but we'll see you at West Claremont next week. They're saying they're going to the car to turn the heater on.
Yes. Get out of the rain and the elements, and Kels gets that kickoff.
Runs right into a pack and will be brought down shy of the 30-yard line. And the Kings defense jubilantly comes back on the field.
Boy, I tell you, high school football, high school sports in general, I mean, these kids are out here playing because they love the sport. And Kels just got that kickoff, and there's no quitting that kid.
Yeah. There
is no quitting that kid. I mean, I would tell you, my guess is he took that kickoff and he's looking to see how he can take it to the house.
Well, that's how Milford got back in the playoffs after a 30-year drought last year. Tom Grippa and his coaching staff got those Eagles believing. Andy Olds has his Kings Knights believing this year. You can betcha they're getting ready for the playoffs.
Absolutely.
As we just talked about.
Low snap.
Pass is going to be complete and shy of the first down on the far side of the field, and the clock will continue to run. That was complete to Dylan Hughes.
Yeah. Here's that quick out to Hughes. You know, Glenn, again, we still got plenty of time left in this game, but at some point in time here real soon, the clock becomes a problem for the Eagles.
It's becoming a big problem right now.
At
17 points in 6.5 minutes.
At what point do you get Kohler and do you get Williams out of the game so that these guys, nothing happens to these guys, right?
Yeah, I would agree with you.
I mean,
going into
here's a
Loveland next week, I would anticipate that you'll see some early substitutions as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to see, some of your starters getting hurt.
Especially not this late in the season. Another low snap.
We've seen the last 4 or 5 snaps have been really low. I wonder if there's a new center in there for the Eagles.
Well, it's been an issue tonight. The high snap, you recalled back early in the game, and several low snaps here in the second half. I mean, that one barely made it to Johnson's feet. We talked before about that low snap. If that didn't cause him, to hesitate for a moment trying to field it, and end up getting hit and fumbling the football.
Well, Brian Stevens is the center, and he's also, so he's playing both ways, so he could be some fatigue on his part. There's a good snap there. Knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
That was
4th down.
Yeah, that was 4th down. So Milford not able to get anything sustainable, and
here's a replay. That's about the 4th or 5th pass we've seen knocked down at the line of scrimmage. The defensive linemen for Kings are really able to time that pretty good.
so pretty much all but elementary now, I would think.
Some celebration going on around here. Music's picked up a little bit.
Barring a miraculous comeback by Milford.
Yeah, I think you got to see here now. You're going to see some more milking of the clock for the Knights.
And you talked about, let's talk about Milford's playoff chances, since this one looks like it's steaming toward a Milford loss.
Correct.
This would be the 2nd loss of the year, again, due to the forfeit against Princeton earlier in the year. Drew Pastor's Ohio Fantastic 15. You can find him on the internet at fantastic50.net. Has region projections up, and you can watch the replay on your screen. But Milford is projected to finish at 8-2 and be a 5 seed, which would earn them, as we said in the pregame, a game at Elder. So last year, Milford gets in, goes on the road to Sycamore, and loses a close game, and that would be projecting a tough game against Elder at this point.
Without question. Elder had a tough game last week. I believe it was last week against Moeller. So
down at Nippert Stadium.
Yeah. So that's a tall challenge, but nevertheless, let's wait. Things can change, but you would have to believe. So they're projecting Milford winning next week and then the week after that.
Yeah. So you saw our producer Josh's graphic earlier. Your top 8 as it stands now: Coleraine, Moeller, Fairfield, Mason, all would have home games if things stay the same, which they will not. Elder, Milford, Lebanon, and Lakota East go on the road.
On the road, yeah.
That's as of now. That'll change after this game.
3rd and 5 for Kings. Little Dosa Williams stays inbound, gets the 1st down.
And of course, JoeItel.com. You can get his unofficial rankings, but he does the ratings for the OHSAA. So even though they're unofficial, they are pretty much official.
Here's that replay. Smart move there by Williams. Like, I'm just going to fall down here. Keep that clock rolling.
Oh, yeah. I can guarantee you Kings wants to score again. They did not like losing to Milford last year. And the manner in which they lost.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's going to be any let up by this Kings offense. They get down closer to the end zone.
You would think not, but if they do put the ball into this series, you're not going to see this first team offense come back out.
You would think.
There's Williams.
There's Williams. And I don't know if he was tripped up or went down on purpose.
I was going to say. Here's a replay. Again, we've said this before. He gets that through that first line of containment, and he picks up yards in chunks.
Yeah, he was tripped up and lost his balance. I didn't think he'd go down on purpose. He could have put one in the house there.
No.
May not like what his coach says to him if he does it.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. Maybe he.
Yeah,
but,
I think so too. Glenn.
But I would think just the competitive juices get flowing. Get a chance to score 60 on a Milford team that's kind of been under the radar this year. A lot more media attention on them last year.
Well, there's Williams again. I think you say they're flying a little bit under the radar. They get a lot of publicity, though, I think, Glenn. And, Kells was Player of the Week last week. And
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. And Johnson's been getting a lot of publicity. So I saw one of the local TV networks out here tonight. So this game's, this is a big game here in the ECC.
Yeah, definitely. I don't disagree with what you're saying. I just think last year it was a much bigger story for Milford ending a 30-year drought.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely correct.
And so now they're proving that they can remain competitive, even though this game's getting a little bit lopsided. But 2 big ones coming up.
He's in.
Shy. Again, that 1 inch.
There's that 1 inch.
These guys love that 1 inch line, man. I'm telling you, I don't know if they're getting sponsorship by somebody or what.
I thought I saw. Here's a replay.
That's got to be the 5th or 6th time they've marked somebody on the one freaking foot line.
Wow. It's a good thing we don't have replay, because I think about all of those would have been replayed.
Oh,
See if you cross the.
We'd be here till midnight if we had replay in this game.
Yeah, true.
Couple of things he probably could have looked at.
Yeah.
Luckily, we do it and get them on TV.
Yep.
Makes life a little bit easier. I think replay or radio might be a little bit tough.
We got timeout.
Timeout by Kings.
Kings. Wow, interesting.
Is it going to be mass substitution time?
I don't think so. I go with the personnel you have out there. All you got to do is sneak the ball, put it on. Look where that ball's at. I don't think you can get a piece of paper between the nose of that ball and that goal line.
Yeah.
They're over there talking like, the officials are talking like, can you believe this? How many times have we had that ball this close to that goal line?
Well,
what do you think they're talking about out there, Glenn? Where they're going to go later or what?
They're meeting up with their buddies after for burgers after the game.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, okay, this one's pretty much decided. We got 3 minutes to go. Let's keep this clock rolling.
Yeah.
No penalties unless it's blatant. Give them the benefit of the doubt on the spot.
Yep.
Keep them rolling.
Those guys out there, the officials, I don't care what sport it is, they're out there, they do a great job.
I agree with you. And Scott Springer from the Enquirer had a piece on Cincinnati.com today. I'm assuming will show up in print about, again, the growing problem of officials leaving the game because of the abuse. Scott's not the first person in the state to write about that and won't be the last. It continues to be a problem, and the bottom line is officials are getting older and there's no new blood coming in.
It's a real problem. I don't know what they're going to do.
Uh-oh, high snap. So that looked
you talk about the officials. Glenn, these guys are out here probably making $60.
Yeah, 50, 60
bucks
a game, something like that.
They're not out there because they need the money. They're out there. They enjoy what they're doing. One of the great things about football is you're really far away from the fans. Some of the other sports like basketball, baseball, those kind of things where the fans are right on top of you. It can be bad, and they're going to have to do something about it to get some of the younger kids or younger men coming into do it.
Well, you're obviously exposed to it, being a varsity baseball official.
Right.
We get exposed to it broadcasting because our mics will pick up things that maybe the fans in the stands may not hear.
Right.
Williams on the carry is going to be brought down on the 1 yard line instead of the 1 foot line. But I'll tell you, doing PA for basketball last year and really getting to hear what some of these coaches do on a basketball sideline, I don't know that I would put up with it.
Yeah.
And the fact that they maintain their composure and do not tee up refs more than they do in the game of basketball is beyond me. And I don't watch a lot of soccer, but I guess it's a big problem in soccer.
I would imagine. One of the articles I read about the officials specifically dealt with a soccer official.
Well, I think up in Northwest Ohio, they've had to cancel games due to lack of officials.
Yeah.
That's a dance into the end zone for Williams.
And that's not fair to the athletes playing the sport, right?
Yeah, I agree. Well, sooner or later, parents and fans and students.
There's a replay here.
We're going to wise up, right?
You would hope so. You would hope so. Well,
there's a human element in the game. I don't foresee a situation anytime in the foreseeable future where you're going to have the availability of replay at the high school game. So
God forbid that happen.
You may not like a call, but sometimes you just got to chalk it up to the human element. These guys are perfect. Yes, they get paid for it, but they're not roughing games on Saturdays and Sundays in Division I college football or the NFL, obviously. And I guess we've all been guilty of riding an official at times, whether it's a coach or a spectator. But sooner or later, you got to dial it back and just appreciate watching your team or your family or son, daughter, whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah, and the interesting part of that article, because they actually took a survey of the kids where the parents were there, and don't you think for a moment that the kids the participants, whether it's boys or girls, don't know when their parents are getting out of hand, and they're very embarrassed the fact of how some of their parents behave during these events.
Yeah.
And I, as you mentioned, Glenn, I can tell you, as a high school baseball official, you can figure out who those parents are very early on. And as an official in baseball, it's my job or our job to nip that in the bud so it doesn't become an issue.
Right.
Because it can get bad. But anyway, we've been entertained tonight, Glenn.
Yeah, it's been a good game.
It's been a good game.
There's an interesting kick through the hands of one of the up men. Comes up with it and is going to get 2 or 3 yards out of it.
Well,
Andy Olds isn't done with the tricks yet.
Well, we knew this was going to be an offensive game. I don't know if we would have come into this and said it was going to be 64-40.
I'm somewhat shocked by that. I thought we'd see a lot of points and it would be closer. I definitely could foresee Kings winning just because of their ability in the running game and Milford's susceptibility to giving up the run. But yeah, I did not see a 24-point route.
Maybe 35-28, 35-21, something like that.
It's been a route in the second half.
Yeah.
It really has. It's been all Kings.
And you know, when Milford goes back to watch the tapes, they're, you know, those 2 turnovers down early in the third quarter really seriously changed the momentum of the game.
Yep. Kell's still getting after it though.
Yep.
Nice couple cutbacks and finally brought down at the 45-yard line. So 15-yard run for Kells.
Yep. But those turnovers really changed the the outcome of the game. And you know, can you say without those turnovers it would have been different? Possibly, but that's part of the game, right? So Milford's got a few things they need to clean up, and I'm sure they will.
Well, we talked earlier, Kings is at Lovell next week, and then they'll finish at home in week 10 with West Claremont.
Oh, okay.
So
it's like Milford's going to just, rightfully so, just play this out. Probably just hand it off to Kells. Oh, they're going to throw it. Interesting.
Johnson with time to throw. Had a seam, but intended receiver Dylan Hughes couldn't quite get there in time.
That's a nice pass by Johnson. He threw that about 55 yards.
Well, we do want to take a moment not only to thank our ICRC crew who came out and set up today, and want to also thank Tyler Miller, athletic director of Kings High School, for their hospitality. Need to turn down my headset. I'm getting some background noise.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that noise is. Something about the game's almost over or something. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Well, we did make a scheduling change to bring you this game tonight instead of next week when Milford would travel to West Claremont. So thanks to Jason Dudley for making that happen, and thanks to Josh for bringing you great action tonight and communicating with us well up here in the booth.
We got a intentional or a flagrant foul on their face mask, 15 yards.
Against Kings, so the third big defensive penalty. Not that it matters at this point in the game, but third big penalty on the Knights.
Glenn, have you been out to the new facility at West Claremont?
I have not.
I understand it's quite a setup out there.
Yeah. You know, I'll tell you, the citizens of the West Claremont School District ought to be very pleased with the facilities they have now.
Yeah.
Second year of operation for the Wolves. Nick Ayers. Got to meet Nick when he was still the Glen Estee coach, coaching the Swafka All-Star game right here on this field. Intercepted in the end zone.
That's it. That's it. Did I see a flag?
Is that Cheatham again?
Is that Cheatham?
I don't know.
It is. It's Cheatham again.
What, they got 10 interceptions now?
That guy is around the ball all the time.
He's
a ball hawk.
He had one wiped out, but I know he's had a couple tonight, right?
He's a ball hawk. And he had the wherewithal to kneel it down in the end zone, and that'll be the last play of the game.
Trying to find on our defensive stats 1 interception previously, and that was Cheatham. So came in with 4. He'll leave with 6.
Not a bad night's work for Mr. Cheatham.
Well, here's a hint. If you're playing Kings, Loveland, West Claremont, don't throw it around Cheatham. Glenn's coaching tip free of charge.
That's it. It's the final play.
Yep, there will not be another play. The teams will line up to shake hands. Let's hope it's a
I'm sure it will be.
congenial handshake despite the lopsided loss. And your final score from Kings High School. Kings Knights 64, Milford Eagles 40. Mike, your final thoughts?
Glenn, it's I mentioned it earlier. Not surprised by the who won and who lost the game. Surprised by the total number of points. It's a true testament to both of these squads. Neither of them gave up. You could see Milford when they got down big. They still kept trying. Unfortunately, the deficit was too large for them to overcome. Congratulations to both teams for being in the position they were before the game. Now they got to go regroup. Milford regroup next week against West Claremont. Kings takes on Loveland, and in a couple weeks we'll see them both in the playoffs.
Indeed, we will. Thanks to Sean Sell, the Milford Sports Information Department, for feeding us with statistics tonight. Final offensive yards, 444 for Milford on 70 plays.
Yeah.
415 for Kings on 64 plays. Keeman Williams ends up with 244 yards, nets 238. Cameron Kells gained 212, nets 206. Hunter Johnson 233 passing. Pretty impressive night for those guys, but a one-sided result for the Kings Knights. For Josh Simstrop, for my partner Mike Lorienti, I'm Glenn Olson. Thanks for tuning in to Friday Night Football on ICRC-TV Sports. So long, everyone.
Good night.